back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Challenger Spring 2023. I'm Atlas, joined by Chronicler here as we trudge our way through the final best of 3 of the day. Liv Sandbox taking on DRX. This is going to be a journey, one that I hope you guys will come along with us on, because we may not come out the other side. We never know. We don't know. We haven't been there for 8 games in a single day together, Chronicler. Not once. And so we don't know what there is on the other side of this.
No, I've done 8 games on the...
Not together.
Well, not with you and me. And that was during Worlds on the analyst desk. And you know what they make sure of during Worlds? That every day, if you have a day like that, the next day, you're off. Everyone needs to stay fresh. Need time to recover. You know what we haven't done for 6 days?
Had a day off. Do you know what we have tomorrow? Day off. So I think we're fine.
Just the thought.
Yeah.
Just the thought.
That is almost a thing that we are going to contemplate, but I refuse to even consider that outcome.
We got 3 more games.
At this point in time. Exactly right. There is a lot of League of Legends to get through before we get to any sort of chatter like that. And to be honest, I'm very excited to do that. Satab in that mid lane for DRX. I'm very excited to see what he's going to be able to do today. And see whether they can continue finding some form here, because I believe it was our first cast of Challenger, which was a view on DRX, and they really looked lost without Jun, you know? And it was a bit sad.
They missed him a lot. And Jun hasn't played in the LCK, which we don't know why. We have heard some speculations. Apparently hasn't been feeling too well. But you never really know whether or not what is going on behind the scenes. And on paper, this should be a relatively favored match for DRX, because even though obviously their win-loss is not amazing, the game score really matters and shows a very different picture. Whereas for Sandbox, they're currently on a 1-3 record. Their game score is -5, so a lot rougher. DRX are neutral, which isn't great, but it's a perfect position for a playoffs team. You know, 6th place, 0 score, amazing.
It is.
Well, if you can keep it, if you can get there.
And if this is a 3-gamer that Liv Sandbox wins, I think that puts Kwangdong Freaks in 6th.
It would.
It
would indeed.
Very strange. DRX would go down 1 point. Liv Sandbox would go up 1 point.
Also, if Sandbox is 2-0.
Yeah, but I think if Sandbox 2-0s, then they get to... Oh, no, they get to -3.
Yeah,
right.
DRX is still in trouble in that scenario.
So if Liv Sandbox wins, Kwangdong Freaks are like, cheers for the extra point. And they get up to 6th on the ladder. Very, very interesting stuff. But Liv Sandbox will be the team with side selection to begin this. That means that they will likely be choosing the blue side. It has been by far the most popular side this week. In contrast to the first week on this exact patch, where red side was a lot more exciting.
As Dayak, Vincenzo, Diablo... I didn't have time to read but I'm sure we got Atlas here to back me up. And Plan B, which I do remember.
Plan B, we will not forget.
Everything is fuzzy. Nothing makes sense. So as soon as Atlas is... There we go.
Yep. I got you.
It was Goody, of course.
Goody's
I forgot Goody. I had Diablo, but no Goody on the other end. This team, I do know. Clear, Sponge, Setup, Plata, and Piero. And my expectation coming into the split was this team would rock. This team would be extremely good. They would maybe not be as good as a team like D+, but as it turns out, losing Jun has really set them off on the wrong foot. But with that top half and Plata still there, I would still be surprised if they weren't able to kind of get back to at least a similar level like they were before. As jungle matchup going to be key here. Sponge versus Vincenzo. As good as names get, really.
It is pretty up there.
Challengers.
It is definitely up there. Of course, Sponge is a player that we were pretty excited about last year. Vincenzo coming in and has had some iffy performances here or there. Of course, Liv Sandbox haven't been the most successful here in Challenger thus far. We'll see what they can do here up against a team that was so dominant and is now potentially vulnerable. And remember, you know, cool kids don't panic, Chronicler, and that is also the motto for their Challenger squad. And Vincenzo, I don't think he's going to be panicking today.
They had remarkably similar stats as well. Like, they're actually really close to one another. And Sponge is still trying to fill the peach-shaped hole left in many a DRX Challengers heart. This was a team that in spring last year was dominating. Like, they were very clearly the best team in the regular split. Then did struggle a little bit, weren't able to actually close it out, as they of course lost to D+ back then Monkia, as Elise gonna remain a perma pick or perma ban rather here, maintain the priority that we've seen it for today.
Yep. And yes, we are into the draft. The Ashe going to be the second ban here for DRX after the Rise that we've seen banned a heck of a lot. Also, Karma here in Challenger is almost a mainstay on the first round of bans. Far more popular to be banned in Challenger than it is in the LCK. I have no real explanation as to why. It is just a thing that we are seeing a heck of a lot. The Yuumi going to go as well.
Maokai?
Yeah, Maokai's stock is
first
rising.
pick. Caitlyn still up as well. Varus is there.
Yeah. I think
So-
DRX can't ban Varus or Kate.
No. There you go. Then Lucian. And then here, if you can play it, you lock Caitlyn.
Oh, yeah.
If you can't, I think you lock Maokai.
I think you lock Varus or Kate. I think you can't let both of them through because
They will
theoretically you
not.
can just play them in the
I
same
don't
lane.
think they will go Varus Kate. I like the Maokai pickup there. If they do go Varus Kate, then DRX will 2-0.
All right, Flutter, show us. Of course, you might see that it is spelt with a P. I'm going to pronounce it with an F because, of course, it's a bit of a shout out to a very famous Overwatch player. And there are a lot of players that are called Flutter. I believe there was one also in PUBG that I used to commentate as well. As there we go, the Varus and the Heimerdinger locked in. Caitlyn going to be left up and available. That is the Lux to go alongside it. Live Sandbox. Pretty cookie-cutter response. I like it a lot. That being said, Heimerdinger can be quite frustrating, especially when paired with the Varus. As, yeah, we are straight out of the tier list here, Valdez?
How long has that been?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
You and Valdez, it must have been 2 years at the very least.
Since we casted together? I think we casted together last year.
Why would you cast together last year?
I think we had like a little gig that we did. Was it last year? Maybe it was the year before.
I don't... Oh, you're right, actually. I seem to remember.
I need to talk to G-Sun about it. Get the Vald analyst out again.
No, I remember. I actually did, yeah. It was like a qualification for something.
Yeah, it was a something.
Was it Asia Games?
No. It was a different little event.
Anyway, doesn't really matter, but I forgot about that.
Yeah, good times.
Reminder. As Atlas is cheating on you with Valdez. Oh my god. Didn't even consider that.
Gatoran, I would prefer it if you didn't give away my secrets.
As overall the draft from Sandbox here is monstrously annoying when ahead. Because if you have map control and you have Caitlyn traps, Lux bindings and saplings, your opponents don't get to play the video game because they will have to walk in at some point into a brush and then they will die. So, like the setup here from Sandbox. That said, I do still firmly believe that when executed well, the Heimerdinger is the strongest in terms of, barring Ashe, raw bot lane power, and Plata and Piara should be able to find themselves with priority early on, and that makes lane a lot harder for the Caitlyn and the Lux if they do get shoved in. As Gnar versus Cassante, we have seen
Where's
this a
the
million
Azir at?
times.
Give me that
Woo.
Azir. Come on, Goody. You got it. Just want a bit of Azir.
Just a little bit.
Ooh,
That's fun.
Silas.
Also denies it from Setup and also doesn't allow DRX to play.
Akali. I think it's... I mean, it's quite likely.
Akali does make a
Talia
lot
could
of
come
sense.
through as well, but I think Akali's probably the more likely option, and there it is.
Overall, Akali for me, in the matchup, very much skill-oriented, not necessarily a huge lead. We've seen players, most notably Zeka, kind of the best player of both of these, at least for in recent times, be able to do exceptionally well on either side of the matchup. Into Maokai, I think the Akali always is going to feel a little bit bad. In general, there's a lot of stray CC that you have to be careful for. But DRX topside, incredibly strong. Should have prio in the bot lane as well. So hopefully they can turn that into some pressure, some early objectives, because in terms of the late game, their engage is okay, but not amazing. And the counter engage from Sandbox and the kite back is really, really good. So overall, I actually quite like Sandbox draft. I think that they have if they can get to the mid to late stage of the game, pretty big advantage, and it'll be possible, but hard for DRX to play it out.
Yep.
So we'll see whether or not DRX can find maybe some early skirmishes, accelerate some of those solo laners, and go from there.
I think they will be able to as well. Sejuani, Akali, Cassante is a pretty powerful top side of the map in the early stages of the game. So looking forward to seeing whether Sponge and Clear can bring out some of that DRX dominance, especially Clear. We know how good this guy is. But we are very, very close. It is time to head towards some sweet metal music and then spend some time. Go for a jaunt on Summoner's Rift for our very first game of our final series of the night. Live Sandbox taking on DRX. Two squads who are at a position in the standings that they don't want to be at. They want to be moving up. If Live Sandbox wins, even Quandong Freaks are going to be excited about the outcome of this series. It is just a weird and wonderful time that we are living in right now. Let's do it. Let's rock out.
It was just there.
It was just there. It
It's
just
also
happened.
tough. They also changed the timing.
Yeah, I think it's actually just my brain not working very well. I just didn't really...
The chat is doing, and that's what matters.
Yeah, the doo-doo-doo
But the
is what
doo-doo was actually there, so it's okay that we missed it.
That's right. We'll figure it out for next time.
Where's your doo-doo Atlas? Atlas and I are
Natural, I'm very
in
sorry.
a really rough... We're in a really rough place right now.
Yeah, but you know, we'll get there.
It's a tough time.
We'll
but
get there.
We will persevere.
Indeed.
We will hold on, and we will talk about the video game. And well, maybe we won't talk about the video game in front of us. Actually,
Yeah, we will. We'll
No, we
talk a
can-
bit about the video game because there's a Maokai in pajamas.
we can
we
talk
dig
about
that.
another video game as well.
Which one's that?
No, I'm sure one will come up throughout this series.
Which one would you like to talk about?
I don't know. I can feel their exhaustion. It's making me exhausted. I'm very sorry. We try our best.
Aw, Broken, we apologize.
We really
Did not mean to make you feel
want
exhausted.
to be better.
And honestly, I'm actually full of energy. I actually thought that, you know, I'd pretend to be tired because it felt like the bit that we were doing throughout the entire day. But I'm actually, like, ready to go. Honestly,
sleep.
I'm kind of hoping that they decide that T1 versus DK wasn't the outcome that they wanted, and they just replay the series after this.
And then so first do this one, and then we do that one again.
Yeah. And I also want a chance to do effectively, because I just didn't have the time.
Or we can do that in the next one.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. Astro Nautilus got completely bopped by Nightbot.
What is Chronicler chronicled in his life? I used to write music reviews. That was
And
fun.
poetry. You used to write
Poetry as well.
too.
Yeah, I feel like that's less chronicling, though. More so just writing.
It's when
Still
you-
right.
Oh,
Poetry.
you
It's
can,
not
you
very
can get
often.
away with it.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Yep.
Music reviews were fun. I got to
Ooh.
go to shows for free.
I like how Astro Nautilus got again banned. WDG just bopping him.
10-minute
Atlas, what's
timeout.
your opinion on rainforests? Are they jungles or forests? I'd say that they're probably forests, with it being a bit rainy. They're wet forests.
Wet forest is still a forest. Doesn't change the...
Yeah. That's
the
just a
outcome.
description of the forest.
Ooh, Vincenzo. A tree on a mission.
Ooh, rain jungles are swamps. I don't know. Do we know anyone from Florida? There's swamps there, aren't there? They'd know.
they're notorious for the swamps.
Notorious swamps.
Can we talk about who Fnatic can import from Korea so we don't come ninth? Well, I don't know if the import rules allow for that, so good luck on that one.
They could import, actually it's Live Sandbox talent. This guy called Yamato Cannon, I hear is a great coach.
I've heard he's done some really good stuff.
Yeah. Really good. I reckon he could be the difference maker. Atlas, is there any rainforest back home? Absolutely. Australia is full of them. Mostly towards the north and the northeast.
Yeah,
in
you should get
particular.
closer to the equator.
Yep, but just generally, it is around Queensland that most of them exist.
Well, a swamp as well.
Not as many swamps.
No? Yeah, well,
Although
swamp.
I guess there are a few, like mangrove forests, which is basically a swamp.
I love mangrove forests. They're quite nice.
Yeah.
So, overall, small leads being built up here for the DRX side. Satap playing the Akali very well. Of course, one of his picks that he's historically excelled on.
And it's also a pretty good matchup into the Silas as well. You can have a good time.
Do you think early I've seen Silas's be able to get the better end of it? But really is like, do you hit a chain or two? And if you don't, then Akali kind of runs you over.
Oh, Perongaluk has a really cute question for
That's
you.
great pronunciation. It's per ongeluk. It means by accident.
Ah, nice.
In Dutch. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. They've got a question for you. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, now that you've been in Korea for a while, what are some of the things you love now that you didn't expect to? Not really anything, because I lived in Korea before, so that actually helped me a lot. I didn't like kimchi when I first came here, but you're kind of forced to eventually. Do you liked it the first time you tried it?
Yes.
Took me like a month.
I was
After my first month of living here, I was like, okay, yeah, no, this is actually great. It took a while.
I did live in Koreatown in Sydney for a really long time. So for 3 years, I was living pretty close to the largest Korean population in Australia. So I think that I had a bit of an early start. Also, Korean food is like the esports food.
Yeah, it's because of StarCraft.
Yeah, so as soon as I was involved in esports at all, I just eat a lot of Korean food. So I got used to it pretty early.
Connecting the question, what goes better with kimchi? Soup.
Well, kimchi you just eat.
Yeah, but like my favorite kimchi dish is probably kimchi jjigae because it's just,
Oh yeah,
it's like so good, but so basic, but so good.
I would say pork.
What do you think about Indonesian food? Is insanely good.
Yes.
One of my favorite cuisines in the world.
100%. I concur.
Can both relate to that. That's nice. Bulgogi or bibimbap? Bibimbap for me. I'm not much of a meat guy. Although bulgogi is delicious.
I would be.
Don't get me wrong.
Studio Kimbap. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? That is so. You know what? I think you know more than you're giving away here.
Do you guys know any Korean? A little bit. We actually have a great story. Should we tell them the story of how we took Korean lessons and we went to Korean class for 20 hours a week?
Yeah, we did.
We did that.
We were more tired than we were this week when we were doing that.
No, absolutely not. No, when
I definitely was.
yeah, because you weren't used to waking up early.
No, to wake up at like 9 a.m. every morning, and I'm
You're
as
not
we
a morning
mentioned,
person, yeah.
been in esports for a while. That involves not a lot of waking up early in the morning.
So, 20 hours a week, Atlas and I, when I first came to the LCK, so I was working 2 days a week, you were working 3 days a week.
Yep.
For the first half, remember when there were halves, and like the second half, it was only 2 days a week?
And working like 3 days a week. That's
And
a ridiculous
that felt
thing.
like, you know, a pretty decent amount. So that happened back then. That, of course, no longer is that a thing, but...
Yep.
And I really wanted to learn Korean, Atlas really wanted to learn Korean, so we went to Sogang University, which was great. Great lessons. Really, really nice. And then this was in summer. We took a course of 2 months, both passed level 1.
We did.
It was tough, but we persevered. Did really well. And then we didn't really have any time because, you know, like world playoffs and whatnot. And then after that, I wanted to start again with my lessons in 2022. And then we started working 5 days a week. And I also co-streamed challenges. And Atlas had a bit more self-respect, so he also just worked 5 days a week, which by itself is...
That seems relatively normal, but we just didn't have quite that much time to go to school.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I'd argue that we didn't have time to go to school when we did go to school.
I think it was fine.
I felt like, you know, the work suffered a little. It's all right, ace in the hole, going to be soaked there by Pierre quite nicely. As here in this bottom side of the map, we can see the Caitlyn doing some pretty good things. But did you learn? Yes.
We did learn.
Nay.
Blabbering about a video... Oh. Yeah, you're
Blabbering
right.
about a video game equals
hey,
working.
jokes on you, Chris. We're not even talking about the video game.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Nature is grasping at you for saying that silly thing, as in fact, it was grasping towards DRX, but just going to get some flashes and a cleanse. And by flashes, I mean just one. Oh, never mind. Pleta just saying, sorry, your gank didn't work, and I'll kill you. Nicely done.
Yeah, I can't walk up there, plan B. That is very sad.
He didn't have a plan B for that one.
Oh my god. How did that happen? Well, so Pleta has a... No, I'm not going to be facetious about it. Just nicely done by Pleta. Hits the max range arrow there, W activated as well. And as a result, plan B just goes kind of down. Unfortunate side effect is Diablo. Oh, is this BT first?
Interesting.
I like that into Heimer, actually. I was very confused. I saw the Vamp Scepter. I was like, Lethality Caitlyn?
That doesn't seem like a thing.
Well, it was.
I like that.
And
then there's a dagger for some reason, and you're like, is this a thing? And then it shouldn't be a thing, but it is.
Yeah.
Well, Plan B.
Just killing Plan B again.
Whoa. Well, Satab also going to connect himself a Shuriken
So,
to Goody. This is looking like DRX are in a bit of control.
Looking bad here, yeah, for DRX in this first game. No, don't go in there.
Okay, Piero going to go down relatively low as Liv Sandbox look to wrestle back some form of control of the game. Sponge patrolling, and it looks like we are going to reach some normalcy. But man, Satab has a huge advantage, and that gank being botched really does put the brakes on what this Caitlyn was doing in this lane.
Yeah, if Caitlyn and Lux aren't ahead and they lose control of the lane, which I think the gank was kind of an attempt at salvaging. Ooh, Vincenzo does have ult, but like, I don't even think Plata's in danger, has flash available as well. Because if you're playing this lane from behind, obviously the CS numbers are still nice, but you don't do that much. Like, Caitlyn is pretty reliant on snowballing early. We've talked to, I feel like casters have for so long talked about the Caitlyn power trough. You know, I'm not going to explain it to you guys, but basically, if Caitlyn doesn't get fed, her mid game is kind of lackluster. She doesn't get to snowball, she doesn't get to siege, and as a result, she doesn't have the power that she possibly could. So,
I like that you say that you're not going to explain,
and then I still
follow it up with explaining
Well, that was still very, very basic explanation.
It was.
I think. So
I think it still counts.
Fair enough.
As Goody is going to pick up a Glacial Prison, immediately throw it away. Wow, didn't like that one at all. Just wanted to get rid of it. Does so. Doesn't do anything really all that positive with it. Is now Satab, another backflip, but Sponge coming on over. Let's see. Does have his Glacial Prison available. Goody didn't actually steal it entirely. Just borrowed it for a moment and gave it back. And now DRX looking to come on over and grab themselves a Jeff Drake. And we've had Jeff Souls all day.
Yeah, we finally might get a relevant one. That's
we
nice.
may.
I appreciate that. Thank you,
there have
Souls.
been a few Hextech Souls as well. That's true. Static Souls. Static Souls have been making a comeback. Enjoyed it. And it's the Kips. You must indeed remember good old Satab. Played in the LCK just a little bit, of course, during some difficult times. Oh, speaking of which, that is Plan B going down yet again. Satab's going to die as well, though, as now Diablo in a pretty good position to try and continue this. Okay, Liv Sandbox trading quite nicely. Going support for mid lane is certainly in favor of Liv Sandbox, but Satab doesn't have teleport.
Yeah, they can't actually do this,
there, so they can't do the Drake.
They can, however, apply some pressure towards both sides of the map, and that initial flank was actually really nicely done. I think Satab ran into the issue of trying to play Akali into Maokai, which isn't great. Pretty sure he got CC'd. We will take a look at it when we get to the replay. Overall, still a gold favorable trade, and for DRX, getting another Drake is probably going to be very valuable. The only one where I think you might run into issues is this flank from Piero. I really love. It's the flank. No one expects the flank in Heimerdinger. They're down a member here, right?
It's actually pretty sick.
As you can see, Vincenzo starts the CC chain, and then as soon as you're CC'd against the Sandbox comp, you lose. Because it's either follow-up from chains, which in this case it was. There is Diablo as well, as where Plata just throws an ultimate into the nothingness. But nice thing about Varus ultimates is that at least they don't keep going on forever.
Yep. Black Cat's 17 has one of the greatest trolls. He asked, why is Prince benched? It's fantastic because it's wrong in so many levels. It's just beautiful.
I really appreciate the commitment to the joke.
Big fan. All right, that's a flash twisted advance that was
He's just
avoided by just continuing the back. It feels bad, as we do have the best soul in the game. It's going to be a Cloud Soul. We'll see how cloudy it can get on the Rift here, as a couple of Drakes already been stacked up for DRX. Maximum cloudiness available for Liv Sandbox if they get some control. Oh yeah, old Stony, you're exactly right. It's my soul. That's all right. Piero, he's just walking. Having a great time on the B launching Heimerdinger. As Setab moving on up towards that top side. Speedy Rift might give us a little bit more action this game. Hoping it does so. As Herald number 2 looks to be the next point of focus for a potential kerfuffle.
Ooh, and if DRX blow out this 5v5 going back into this game, it will be very hard for Sandbox. They do have a lot of team fighting power. And DRX, even though they were on the objective first, did allow them to just kind of set up, which isn't ideal. We'll see a possible collapse here. Setab is going to back. Going to TP back in now, level 11.
Yep, and there's the Glacial Prison. Okay, Nature's Grasp is going to come forward as Vincenzo is extraordinarily low. It looks like control of the pit does go over to DRX, not able to get any kills. But still, getting a lot of work done is now Goody going in. I don't know whether he wants to go in by himself though, and Vincenzo, he just can't go in. He's way too low. And they're controlling this choke really beautifully.
Yeah.
Piercing arrows come through as now Goody back around yet again, but they have to give this up.
This is the type of error you often see with challenger teams. The moment that Vincenzo gets that low and you blow a lot of ultimates, just let it go, right? Like try to shove mid, try to rotate someone over, but instead they try to contest, even though reasonably shouldn't be a way for that to work. And DRX, very basic play, but really clean, right? Let Sandbox start the objective up. They have the double TP with both of their solo laners just finishing their one-item spike, so it's nothing crazy, but it's just very good League of Legends.
Yeah.
And this is something that to me was the hallmark of DRX when they were as good as they were last split, causing me to make a lot of unfounded statements about how they would win, or at least be top 3 in other leagues, such as the LCS and LEC, which they didn't even win challengers, so that was, in hindsight, maybe a little bit enthusiastic. But overall, nice setup here initially.
And we do respect your enthusiasm. We absolutely do.
Yeah, but I need credibility as well.
Yeah, but we all need that, but not all of us can get it. And me, especially, I've accepted that sometimes it just doesn't happen, especially with people like Astro Nautilus reminding me that we've not actually spoken about Jeff Soul, even though it's been coming up all day, and yet I claim
we forget.
Like Windy Soul is my own. Like it's just it's not very fair. Is it?
Today's a tough day, chat.
Yeah,
we're struggling, but we're struggling with you, all of you at home.
Oh wow,
that are watching.
It's not your fault.
What do you mean?
You know, we're not struggling with them. They're not a struggle. They're great.
No, but we're sharing our struggles.
Sharing our struggles together. I like that. I like that. As Plan B, it's really awkward. This Lux skin looks like she's throwing out Chains of Corruption every time she presses W, and it bothers me. That's all right. Chains of Corruption, speaking of which, the actual ones are going to come through. Final Spark there as well. Kitty Cat going to give the Varus a hug. He will be all right. Piero tidies up the last of the minions.
Kind of awkward. Not really getting anything out of that. Only thing that is used there is the Ghost Blade and the Varus Ultimate, which of course with the CDR already available, 2 core fields in total, will ability haste, excuse me, will very quickly be available again. For Vincenzo, cooldown is a little bit longer, but not much, should still be up when we get to the fight. And if you can get an early soul point here as DRX, I do actually think that you have a lot of benefit from the ultimate, as, yeah, this is Kazante, nothing's gonna happen. And overall...
I almost got that sneeze again.
Again?
Yeah, but it ran away. Again. It's a disappointing time. It's okay, we'll persevere.
You want to try reading that Dutch?
The Ik leef met je mee.
Huh, not bad. It's mee.
Mee?
Ik leef met je mee.
Ah,
which
ik
is
leef met je mee?
Like basically translates to, oh, I get it, or I feel for you. It's very nice. Nice sentiment. Very friendly.
Does it roughly translate to Sag?
Sure.
Sag. YouTube chat stole my sneeze? YouTube chat, that was rude.
How dare you?
We have a potential fight in our hands. Let's see whether Dahyuk can make this one happen. He is hitting Mega Nut now. So an opportunity. Does have flash available. As DRX,
forward,
like you were talking about, setting up for this soul point. Setab walking over a ward. They know exactly. Oh.
A lot of damage.
Well, shut down for a moment, was pinged out, so that ward behind there does spot him as the chains do connect. Setab finds the backflip as well. A lot more damage here as Kingslayer comes out from Goody. DRX moving back. Live Sandbox still trying to find their way in. The setup from the Heimerdinger, though, has began, or at least should have began. Does finally put down the turret. That's all right, Goody. Perfect
Goody
execution going to be stolen away here. Sponge on vision here. As Liv Sandbox, they want to get this steal. Nature's Grasp comes on through. Everyone kind of avoids it, or at least Sponge does, and he is able to secure the soul point, but can they win the fight is the question. The Maokai is going to go down first, as now Clear looking for his opportunity. He has the Ghost already activated as Satab executes the Akali. And Goody not going to be able to chase after the Akali either. Clear now looking for an option, an avenue in, but isn't able to get there. And Liv Sandbox limp away, but DRX, they're winning every fight this game so far.
And overall, DRX just playing it very cleanly, right? The setup for that fight as well, because Sandbox, I think, actually have a great angle there. So Gucci is flanking, and Vincenzo throws up the ultimate, but because they're a little bit slow on the draw, and they are aware of where Dayak is, they're able to kite it back, hide behind Clear, right? If Gucci's already here, they can't just walk back, and now they funneled into the Dragon Pit. So as a result, Plata's ultimate gets a lot of value, and at this point, Dayak transforms, but it doesn't really matter anymore because the fight has already been lost.
Yep, it's already kind of over. There's Plan B. Didn't have enough mana to ult, I think, that entire battle, which is a little bit sad. We'll see whether Liv Sandbox can get it together here as 4,000 gold. The lead for DRX, Soul Point also available, and Baron has just appeared on Summoner's Rift. Chronicler.
Atlas, I have an important question.
Oh, yes.
Is this a replay?
Of?
Is this a replay?
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
No. Am I sure of anything? No.
At this point, I don't know if any of us are. Triple Mercs coming through here from Sandbox.
On the
And
one? No, it's not.
That's going to make the overall efficiency of Sponge a little bit less. However, Plata doesn't really
That
care.
is a lot of burst damage. Hail of Arrows not going to finish off Plan B though. We'll be allowed to walk away and fight another day. We'll Plata taking a bit of damage there. Let's see whether Ace in the Hole is going to do more damage than an arrow. It does indeed. But Clear here, clearing our vision. Didn't mean that.
Yes,
And
you did.
DRX are going to take down this outer turret. No, I actually didn't. I like to take credit when I actually attempt.
Yeah, you do
Bad
actually.
puns. Is Dayab not going to find Mega just yet, but they are just going to watch their tower crumble.
It's just textbook. Not a lot is happening, but DRX are playing it cleanly, not really giving Sandbox an opportunity to get back into this game. Even though Sandbox's ability to re-engage is quite strong, they are still going to be relying on Guti or Dayak finding backline access, because DRX thus far have really been doing an expert job of kiting back. And right now, you know, Plata is very strong. Their siege is really good, so actually keeping control of objectives is kind of tough for Sandbox. And if they don't win a 5v5 fight soon, I think they're going to completely lose their grip of this on this game, rather.
Yeah, it's difficult. I really think that we do have some absolute heroes in this chat that are really keeping things focused on exactly what they're supposed to.
Which is jokes?
Yeah, Tyus, there's been a few people that have been asking things like, you know, where is DRX, Deft, and Zeka?
Oh, yeah.
And
of course.
He's letting everyone know.
Where's
like,
Pioshik?
Yeah, no, who are these players? And just informing everyone that, in fact, they are working on Deft's alpaca farm in Tasmania. That's where they are for today. They will be back on their respective teams, D plus Kia and Harmer Life Esports, when the LCK starts back up again. But for now, just a bit of moonlighting on the side. Got to make sure that those alpacas are, you know, very healthy. And also, it's a bit warmer at the moment in Tasmania than it is here in Seoul.
Where's Hooney? At home, I assume.
Yeah, I believe
Maybe he's
so.
out, enjoying his day off.
Yeah.
Could be. We don't know.
He in fact is. I spoke to him about it, but he had to do lolly night immediately after our 6-game day on Sunday. So he had a bit of a... It was,
Was
a,
it
no, it was a 5. It was
Yeah.
a 5. It was 5. Never mind. But he still had to go
We
and
still
do that as
haven't
well.
reached the full potential of 6 into 5.
I mean, we did get 6.
We did. You know what you know what's insane? Is that in 2 days, we could do as much as a full LEC week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's that seems like an excessive amount of doing commentary.
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
Hooney actually has been amazing.
No, yes.
Wonderful to work with, super insightful. And I actually think that he can get like so much better than he already is.
Yeah, he feels like he's a little bit nervous.
It's going to be amazing, guys.
Because he hasn't been used to speaking in English that much, and has also done a lot of work on the Korean broadcast.
Yeah.
So switching how you work into 2 different languages must be really difficult.
And he's well, I can relate. And he's already really good, and it's only going to get better. So I hope that he sticks around and that we get to do more with him as time progresses, because he's even smarter than you might think now. And he already, I think, is pretty smart. So, you know, it'll be even smarter than that, which is like really smart.
That's a big brain.
Really
right there.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Cloud Soul. Final Spark going to scope things out just a little bit there. As Sponge hanging out in the pick. And there is a great flank angle for the Akali. Satab looking for his opportunity.
Oh, no.
Let's see whether he can get in here. Goody is going to throw out the chains, but he doesn't quite find it. And now Liv Sandbox are just going down so low. Satab gets there, and look at the zoning. Just a stopwatch. And he gets rid of everyone. And now Goody on the flank. He's just by himself. The rest of his team had to scatter. Had to head immediately all the way to the hills as the chains are going to connect. All right, a bit of damage there as he does manage to take down Piero. As these arrows need to start hitting Pleta.
Oh my god, there we go.
Yeah, an opportunity to teleport back though, as now Sponge going to give up the Drake. They can do that. They just want to win the team fight so they can get themselves a Baron. Clear, diving forward, dashes out again one more time. Satab into the Shroud as Liv Sandbox. Oh, that backflip needed to hit, and DRX actually not finding a lot of these skill shots that they need to land, and that is going to be the end of Clear as a result of that. A little bit of a drop of the ball here, unfortunately, for DRX, as now Liv Sandbox can move towards mid lane and kept themselves far more composed.
Couple of crucial things. There was that Pleta wasn't able to find 1 or 2 arrows. If they take down Goody or Vincenzo, then that fight is immediately won. Wasn't actually the case, as yeah, the Heimer obviously was focused down, so wasn't able to do a lot. And overall, Sponge was mostly just there to make sure that the rest of his team wasn't taken down. And I gotta say, really impressed by the team fighting from Sandbox thus far, but it also feels like DRX was just barely able to win. Couple of things that have gone differently and they might have stomped that fight. Not getting the Drake is not the end of the world, but if they start losing team fights, they're gonna be in big trouble.
Yeah, and they need to start hitting some of these skill shots.
Oh no, come on.
Another pause is going to come in. Will mean that we might miss our train to get home. But that's a bit of a selfish outlook, isn't it? As we do need to make sure that these players have exactly the playing experience that they require. Might be another mouse issue or something like that.
Not seeing a lot of movement here, so I'm wondering whether it is on the opposite end. There we go. It clearly is, yes. And I don't know the faces of the new Sandbox players yet, so I can't really enlighten you until I see the full table, unfortunately. Takes a little bit of time. All these guys called up from Academy, so as of right now, I will have to wait as...
I think maybe we've got a bit of a PC issue.
Could be
what
the case.
It's looking like to me.
Let me check. The last few times, I've actually been getting texts from our good friend Yundo, and I've been ignoring them, and that's very rude. So let me check. There we go. Gucci keyboard issue. Look at that.
There we go. Very nice. Again, Chico. He said he's pretty sure Atlas has got a sick ride. I do not. I used to, though. I used to have a Mazda 121. My car was amazing. Stayed with me for many, many years.
No. Good for you. Never owned a car.
Do you know what? I sold it for $50 when I moved to Korea.
To like a friend?
No, to the wreckers.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
How come LCK starts so early on the weekends? As far as I'm aware, it's mostly because for the fans going to the arena, the game sometimes ended too late, so people had to like leave early to be able to catch their train home. And on the new timing, even if we go to 6 games, you generally should be fine to get home no matter what.
Yep. Sajax, you're welcome. I know, it's a beautiful vehicle. Looks more like a jelly bean than a car. Which is, yeah, no, it's actually, a lot of people, myself included, call it a jelly bean.
Hey,
like
we got some movement. We got some movement.
I think we're playing some games again. Video games. We may just be. Here we go, back onto the Rift. And let's see whether Liv Sandbox can ride this change of momentum towards a exploded Nexus.
Do we have a favorite player in-game name that you like saying while casting? So the funniest in the LCK right now is Fiesta.
Fiesta's
without
pretty good.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I feel like all the grades. Actually, Chovy's name is not that good compared to Showmaker and Faker. Showmaker to me is like one of my. Showmaker and Faker are two of my favorites because they just say it all.
Malrong's my favorite.
Really?
No. Malrong makes me sad because no one says his name correctly.
Ah. Oh, you mean Malrang?
Malrang.
Sounds like a cop.
Dumbledoge, I think, is my favorite. Because he's also a really lovely guy.
My actual
who I worked
favorite
with for a while
is Sponge.
Sponge? Sponge is pretty good.
Yeah. It's just Sponge.
Good old Dumbledoge. It's been a while.
In what capacity did you work with him?
I worked with him on a desk for All-Star.
You guys say Faker like 200 times a game when T1 plays. You know what the beauty of that is that when it comes to there isn't a good T1 cost. It's impossible. Because either you say too much or you say too little.
No, I think people are just hypersensitive.
Well, that's my point, is that there's so many people watching those games that we've actually had two people say opposite things about the same cost. It's actually really interesting. Like, it's a very interesting phenomenon.
We have people complaining equally about being biased for both teams
while watching.
Whenever that happens, It's one of those things. You can't please them all. That's how it kind of goes.
Except in Challenger chat, because everyone's nice.
Yep. You went to the Wildcard event when it was hosted in Melbourne. Hey, me too.
Just way too much bias. Yeah, we're all extremely biased for everyone.
Yeah. I'm biased towards LCK players generally. Goody here in a side lane, up against Clear. You can see a few backs coming through, as they didn't want to try and single this guy out.
Good back timing. Yeah. Perfect back timing to set up for Soul. Let's see if they will. Will they? Sponge? What you doing,
Will they
bud?
sponge? Is that like will it blend? Will it sponge?
Ooh.
Alright, Arctic Assault.
Flash.
It's gonna get him
You
out
want
of
to
there.
do a gruff 80s action movie voice for the next fight?
If you want to, I don't know what that is, but I'm happy to listen.
This is my last job.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that like a movie trailer voice?
Kind of, yeah.
That sort
But
of
it's
thing?
like the I don't want to do this. Don't make me do this.
Like a film noir narrator voice, something like that.
Sure, that works as well.
Yeah, and they're walking to the fight. We'll see whether they can actually make it happen.
I don't think they can, Atlas.
Last time I was in this situation,
They're not ready.
I lost my left eye.
I didn't actually. I don't know why I had to say that. Why did I have to make it violent?
It's
Didn't need that.
cool.
Didn't
We're
need that
playing
at all.
League of Legends, man. There's a lot of stuff happening.
Hey, that's true. That's true. Samira's got an eye patch, doesn't she? Maybe it was her.
I think she does. Yeah. And you became the Batman. Yeah, well, that's where we eventually will go. But we need to go through the whole backstory before that.
Indeed. Well, DRX. Just K-ramming for a moment. As they look for a little bit more, I sounded a little bit desperate there.
Right now, not
I think I am desperate. Just some sort of action to happen.
They need an opening, Atlas.
I don't know whether they'll find it. As there's a glacial prison Sponge, though. Gonna get stunned up.
And actually, if I try to speak too loud, then I will break my voice.
Yeah, we should not do this. This is very bad. But I'm glad that we committed.
Yeah, we did commit for a little while. As now Goody's going to start off the Baron, there is a control ward in the back of the pit. This is, with full information given to DRX as Sponge, going to Arctically assault his way across that mid lane. As I could have said that in a better way, I reckon.
Sponge.
All right.
Sponge.
Opportunities for both teams. As Diehook, you have to be a bit careful there.
And we could do the 60 racer voice, you know? Can do that for the next team fight. But I think right now we need to actually pay attention to what's happening, because this game, as a certain papa would say, is meandering.
Meandering?
Yeah, I feel like that's a papa thing to say.
I mean, I'm sure he would.
No?
I said probably the word before. Absolutely.
Okay, well, maybe that I misremembered him saying meandering.
Well, no,
I feel like I
did
heard
remember it. Yeah, you might have. I just didn't.
I feel like you should.
Well, you know, active listening is something that I should do in my role.
In
but
many
have I ever
occasions.
been known for that? No, I wouldn't say so.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, there's a shuriken backflip from Seitab. Does have to go into his shroud relatively early on in this particular battle. Will have access to another shuriken backflip here as he's possibly caught out of position. Has to go golden as there's a glacial prism, but everything is being used to keep Seitab alive, and it's working out for them as the Gnar is getting taken down so low. Another Drake goes over to Live Sandbox here, and they do manage to take down the AD carry, and now DRX are in trouble. Clear needs to get over that wall and in with the rest of his team, but he's not going to. This 4v4 looks like something that Live Sandbox will be able to walk away from.
And big MVP for me there was Diok, actually creating so much space. Yeah, he ends up going down, but it doesn't matter because him and Guti are in the enemy face. We're seeing so much aggression come through here. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. And you know what the best part is, Atlas? With how this game has been going. DRX starting off so strong and losing 2 team fights in a row.
Yeah.
I think we're going to 9.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's happening.
Hello. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, it was a bit of a free dragon. As, yeah.
So what's happening here is because of the situation that Seitab's in, they're immediately forced to go in and save him, but that spreads up the fight way too much. As a result, Guti has infinite free space, and yeah, Seitab is able to kill the Gnar, but the Caitlyn is still full health. So you're not going to win the fight, and if the target selection remains this way from DRX, I don't know if they're going to win team fights, because that's where Sandbox actually have looked.
Yeah. Their level
very
of play
clean.
has disintegrated, honestly, over the last
Like
10
our
minutes,
minds.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's been really difficult. And remember, I mean, this is a late night for the players as well. It's now like 9:15, you know, they've been getting ready for their game a lot of the day. As Vincenzo, he's going to go for an engage. He does go down extraordinarily low and is knocked back by Sponge. All right, that's a big old Gnar ult, but he gets thrown away. Clear just takes him on a ride. Dahyuk going to be taken down as now Seitab makes his way into the fight. Another perfect execution comes on in as he doesn't follow his backflip. And DRX may have just been gifted an avenue back into the game.
Oh.
Sponge is just dead though, so never mind.
Wait.
Goody now trying to fight this one out. Clear is going down so low, and Diablo, he's just free hitting. He's just outranging everyone, and that is Cassante now dead also. DRX, they had it. That avenue, that was real, and it just fell apart.
I don't know I don't get it. I'm so confused. I don't know who's winning.
Well,
I
the
don't
free
know.
hitting Caitlyn with 3.5 items seems to be doing pretty. Oh my, Piera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just a,
okay.
it's a Diablo diff. Ooh.
Yeah, Diablo's pretty huge. 2, 1, and 3 now on the Caitlyn.
So
Maybe this is it.
first Vincenzo makes a less than optimal move. Going in aggressive. Yeah, that makes sense. Wow.
Yeah, I think they need to kill the Caitlyn.
That's in a minute.
Do you know what would be great? Oh man.
If Akali
Yeah, if
killed
they had an
Caitlyn.
assassin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Varus can't walk up because he gets killed by Maokai and Gnar and Silas, but Seitab also can't really kill Kate because Plan B is just constantly on top. I don't even know. Let's watch what happens.
Yeah.
So this call from Vincenzo, not great. This is Sponge you're engaging. Not the call. Doesn't work. He goes down. And for a second there, it looks like everything's okay. But again, look at Diablo. Hit.
Shoot.
Here. If they let it go here, they'll be fine, right? But instead, they woke up. A couple more orders come through from Diablo. 4-item Caitlyn now. And it legitimately will go down to, on every single fight, does Seitab kill the Caitlyn? And if they don't, they lose. And even if they do, then Clear needs to ult away Guti. And then, you know, if Gnar still gets to Plata, well, you know, tough luck, bud.
It's one of those things.
It's not happening.
We'll have to see. Diablo is 100% priority one as far as the targets are concerned, though. So we'll see whether Seitab can get it going. Because honestly, like, I don't even think all of that is relevant. It's not about identifying key targets. They just need to play some cleaner League of Legends, right? They have a composition that wants to be playing in the neutral, right? And actually going for these skill shots, finding the Varus arrows. Because if you're in a fight, Caitlyn's of course going to out DPS you, but you should never be going into a fight on even footing ever.
Yes. Okay, well now they know. So now you're trapped.
Well, there is some of that vision.
That's still a lot of damage from Varus.
Yeah.
Does have Cerritos down.
Seitab has an angle, plan B, takes half of his health bar, and now the backflip's going to come in. There we go, the trap was sprung, but now Seitab has to go golden. He's in his Zhonya's, but he's in amongst the entire enemy team as well, and he's just headshotted. As now you have once again the Sylas issue, but he gets Heimerdingen in the noggin, and he's just destroyed. So they'll trade mid laners, but also there is a free plan B that goes forward. So the Windy Drake will be taken, and now the Baron might also be attempted.
I don't know.
Things have occurred.
I don't know.
Indeed.
So I think DRX win now.
Okay. Well, the Baron may just be dead.
That's going to go to
as
Sandbox,
Piero tries to come in, but he doesn't get it done.
They should be able to get at least someone, although they didn't. Setup's up in 15 seconds. Okay, so maybe Sandbox win.
Like it.
I don't know. I'm trying to call this game. Actually, this is Challengers.
No, it's really weird.
Challengers doesn't acknowledge the existence of macro. There is only the fight. It is a pure philosophy that embodies the law of the jungle. Survival of the fittest.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who's the fittest?
In this game,
yeah,
couldn't possibly tell you. So, overall...
Could you give me a guess?
No. Overall...
Do you want to try?
No, stop trying to get an answer out of me. This is not happening.
Well, sorry.
Do you want to try?
What?
Sure. Okay, hit me.
Who's the fittest?
Yeah.
I think it's probably... Nah. Because he's been alive since prehistoric times, and therefore, he's kept himself in pretty good shape.
Wasn't he... I feel like he was frozen in a block of ice. Did I make that up?
I think time still existed, though. All right, Vincenzo is going to break a stopwatch. That is another tank being hit by a big ultimate, so Sponge is going to be able to walk this one off as well.
They just both hit each other.
Yeah.
And then that was the end of it. Okay, Seitab, you have one job.
Well, he's spotted out.
Okay, they know.
All right.
Mark Akali. Don't let Akali get to Diablo. As long as Diablo is alive, I think Sandbox win.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh dear, that's a tree. He's going to get Mikhails and does make his way up. That means no Mikhails for the Caitlyn. Caitlyn now with an elixir running. They know that this fight is so incredibly important. Goody here towards the bottom side, but I think he needs to be in Fog of War. Otherwise, DRX know that they can just walk up to the wave with impunity.
Yeah, but they're not getting anything. They're
not
getting
control of the mid lane.
Yeah, but they're not.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They're not getting any turrets. The Baron power play is 1,800 gold. Oh, Atlas, it's going to be 3 40-minute games, isn't it?
Well, it's at least one. Because this is ticking over, and in 2 seconds' time, it will be the first one. There it is.
There we go.
I think you were pretty good in your assessment, though, as 10 seconds ago, I would say it would be pretty unlikely for the game to end within 10 seconds. Sponge, now looking for that flank angle. Dahyuk is just really close to just straight up dying as Seitab finds his way into the back line. Let's see whether this perfect execution is going to work as the Lux is the first to go down. Seitab still looking for more as Goody's flashing. Diablo and Goody right on top of one another as the Varus is going to go down, but the Caitlyn's dead. I repeat, the Caitlyn is dead, and DRX, they've woken up, they've figured it out, and they've managed to win a team fight, and it looks like they'll also win the game. As Goody's surviving for way too long. Like, what is it? Like, this build on Sylas is stupid. Survived forever.
It's not fair.
That's very
dumb.
It's
not okay.
That is
I
very
don't
dumb.
think they can end.
Well, no, but they got a lot of money now. And
doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Look at the gold. Is that a lot of money?
I don't know.
If they kill Mahi, it's very good.
Ooh, I like that he was
Mahi,
stunned and then ulted at the same time.
So we had I am actually going insane. So we had a fight in mid. And then DRX won the fight in mid.
Yeah.
And then nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then they won a fight in mid, and then they got Baron, and then nothing happened. And then Sandbox won a fight in mid.
I wonder where the next fight's going to be. Yeah.
How did we not figure it out? We know what's going to end this game.
Yeah, it'll be an elder flip.
The Elder Flip. That's how it works. It's Elder Flip. As nice ultimate from Pleta. Immediately, the Gnar basically dead right from the get-go, and as a result, can't really go for the fight. Setup gets thrown out, and this stopwatch from Diablo actually really, really big because it buys a lot of time. Then Guti kills 2 people with a stolen Akali ult. It doesn't feel very fair, but as mentioned, Silas in his current form. I don't think
and
he
this,
is.
like,
he's level 18 as well.
It's pretty silly the amount of damage he soaked, although it is just Sponge and Clear that are punching him, so that's probably why. Now there's no stopwatch on Diablo, but he does have a Gienah. So it's just going to be, you know, another
It's
period
going
of
to be
time.
Elder Flip. Yeah. But can the team who gets Elder actually end?
Ooh, a big question, a loaded question, and one that I don't feel comfortable answering.
How are you holding up, personally?
Me, personally? I'm looking forward to a sleep, I think.
I am rapidly losing my grasp.
Yeah.
But I think we can make it through. You and me together.
Yeah. I did have homemade sundubu for breakfast this morning, so I'm feeling like pretty good. As Clear is going to get possibly caught out of position here. Chainlash doesn't quite get the slow.
I can't help but notice that Diablo doesn't have an item with a little bit of armor pad, which I think would be good.
I like
playing into Cassante and Sejuani.
True. Vincenzo going to take another, like Sponge. Do we have to? Do we really? Another Nature's Grasp going to be thrown once again at a tank. As we have, it's like a handshake of hit the tanks, yes please.
Everything
That's what
else,
everyone's saying. 1 second.
off.
1 second. And the Elder's up. Setab does have the opportunity to find a flank. Oh, Diablo. He puts down a trap. Setab once again looking for it. Half the health bar now.
Oh my god.
Nice little backflip. He lands the shuriken on Diablo.
Can't do it.
But he can't. He needs the rest of the team to start this battle for him. As okay, the delivery of the tree, and Vincenzo goes down. The ult immediately comes out. As Clear creates a lot of space. Setab goes so incredibly low as he goes golden as well. Can they actually finish off the Silas in the backline? The answer is no. Goody's going to pick up the Varus for free. And that's what happens. We're in the late game. Goody's just better than Setab at this stage, I guess. I don't know.
But they don't have a jungler. So they shouldn't be able to do it.
Oh, they don't have a jungler, but the other team doesn't have an AD carry.
Well, I think they can end. Wait, can they? Oh, I don't know if they can end. If they let them push. Well, they're not going to let them push,
no
though. They're going to back off.
No. We just wait until
No, Diablo's alive.
5 people come back
You
up.
probably can.
Oh, no, it's not about
You
can.
have TP.
It's not about
Guti.
can.
It's about want.
Yeah, it's about will.
It's about drive.
And no. Yeah, I think so.
It's about power.
Maybe it's Maybelline. As Piero can, I think that was one shot. I think it might have been a headshot.
Oh. As Dayak walks up. Is Gnar. Setab's about to TP in 10
Clear,
seconds.
tanks 1 million damage.
So Vincenzo
cool.
is on his way. It's just going to be who gets
No,
the
we're
smite.
actually just waiting.
It's just a
yeah,
smite.
we're just waiting.
It's just a smite.
Sponge and Daihuk are just hitting each other. It's completely uneventful as Setab's going to teleport in. Okay.
They're up a member now.
Crush comes out.
DRX can't contest.
Well, Goody's going to dive forward. Does find some chains. Perfect execution's going to come through. Good flash from Sponge. Creates some distance.
It's 5v5 again.
Well, there's another one. Nature's Grasp comes in. Can they actually kill the Silas? The answer's no right now as Setab. He's dashing away with his own ultimate. The hijacked one did so much work as well. Sliv Sandbox gets some control. Hail of arrows coming in.
He doesn't have the damage, Atlas.
No. No one's really doing anything. To be perfectly honest, I haven't really seen that much of a conclusion.
Of an anything?
Or a thing.
There's traps.
That's going on.
Get him clear.
All right, the Elder going down low yet again. Clear, getting taken to about 50%. We'll see whether the kill actually comes in. Setab's back one more time. Vincenzo extraordinarily low as Setab. He goes golden once again. How did that cooldown come back up again? Diablo, he was taken into his GA. He doesn't have that available. for this fight. The Dragon's the one doing the most proactive stuff
How is that
in
still
this
alive?
game. What is going on here?
What's happening?
Oh, Piero, he's keeping his bees as Diehawk is going to find him on the flank. Oh my goodness, no, the Nara is going to go down, and it's in fact the Heimerdinger that takes him. The Dragon is still very upset with what's going on, and I think the majority of us are as well, as Diablo is chasing after a lone Varus on the back end as Satab takes it down. Liv Sandbox, I don't know what you were trying to do, but it didn't work. Plan C! We need Plan C!
And with that, what you gonna try to end?
No, I gotta take the Elder. What are you talking about? Baron's up as well.
I know they can't end. They don't have any wave. Well, I mean, they have a wave on top, but they don't have CPs, so they can't end. So it's Elder, and then they gotta win another fight.
Take it away, Chronicler.
They can't even end.
They can't even Baron.
They can't even end.
They can't even Baron. It's not even. Oh, I mean, they are going to Baron. Okay, they're going to go straight to the Baron. Do you know what the most challenger outcome here?
We put Elder Soul in the game to
Yeah.
prevent this from happening.
Well, I mean, they got the Elder, right? That happened. And so now DRX, they'll take a Baron, and now they'll have Exodia as they walk towards the enemy base. And so for the next minute and a half, after this Baron goes down, they are the most powerful beings that have ever existed on planet Runeterra. And if they don't win here, I think we cancel game 2. And we just give the series to Liv Sandbox, and we go home. I think that's how it goes.
I think we do.
No, seriously. I don't think you could convince DRX to take the stage again if they lose here. I don't think that that's ever going to happen.
Whoever loses here surely is going to be mental boom beyond capacity.
Yeah, yeah.
They gotta be.
Well, we're just going to walk down the front door. And DRX, they huff and they puff and they blow the house down.
Diablo's alive, though.
That is correct.
He does
and he
have a lot of
does have
doms.
DOMs, exactly. GA was sold because it was on cooldown.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, gotta take Wolves, though. All right, Radiant Virtue exists. Thank you.
Holy Lord. I think it did like 9k healing.
What?
It might be 4k. I didn't read Korean very well.
Oh my god, we're very close to Sponge having 6 items. What the hell is this game?
It's big challengers,
That
baby.
is absurd. I haven't seen a jungle with this many items.
4k self. Thank you very much. Yep.
Oh my god. So 4k self healing, 9k
40,
healing.
40 seconds on Elder. You need to fight.
Yeah, they certainly do. As Nature's Grasp is going to come through, mainly defensively here. As Diehawk has a great Narbar. You got to wait out the Narbar, right? Yeah, you do. Definitely got to wait that out. Got to wait that out. Be patient. Be patient, Chronicler. You can't force it.
Okay, it's fine. You can go triple inhib. They can't win with triple inhib.
Yeah,
it's gotta be it.
Exactly. We're going to start off the fight, though. Elder is still there for another 15 seconds. Satab just destroys Diablo. He cannot do anything. It's a double kill. As the turrets are falling down, the minions are getting the work done, as the Elder will just breathe fire all over the top of Liv Sandbox. And in 50 minutes, DRX will claim victory in Game 1.
And that, I just voted for Satab for you. That's okay.
No, cheers.
And that was, by all accounts, a game of League of Legends that we just witnessed. It was messy. It was chaotic. It was what winners are made of.
Exactly. And what I loved, what I absolutely loved, was the gentleman's agreement to go for 5v5s and never actually try to win the game necessarily. It's win the fight. You need to win the fight in order to be worthy of walking towards any Nexus to destroy it. And I think that is actually the correct way to play the game.
You need to earn that right. And as much flack as we gave the Varus, I'm still like 70k. I know this was
70k damage.
I know this was a like fed poke Varus, and there was a lot of stillmates and A-ramming happening, but the game took 49 minutes and 49 seconds.
I mean, isn't that like 1.2k?
And he did 69k damage.
Is that like 1.2 thousand?
Unbelievable.
1.2 thousand damage per minute, right?
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
1.3, 4?
Yep.
Jesus.
I don't know. I can't math. My brain is not.
I mean, that's a Caitlyn that did 900, and I'd be impressed by that. but 70k is just really gross. Right around 1,390 DPM. I kind of wish I could change my vote. Although, to be perfectly honest, I don't think any of the Varus' damage was impactful whatsoever. As we can see, the gold graph is really struggling to make up its mind until it really made up its mind. You know? Really, really made up its mind.
What do you even say after a game of League of Legends like that?
Let's go game number 2! That's what you say, Chronicler. That's what you say. We can't say it yet, because, you know, we need to see what the POG is going to be.
Yeah.
But
I thought you were going to say, let's go to game number 3.
oh, yeah, we need to go to game number 2 first, before we have the right to go to game number 3. But we will go to game number 3. That's 100%.
So, for the
Casters,
record,
get some water. I do have a bit still here, but thank you for that.
our call time today was about 12.
Uh-huh.
We have been in and around the studio for 10 hours.
All right. Good,
Yeah.
good.
Could have had two. Could have 2 more hours to go.
Isn't it 11 hours? Didn't we get here at like...
No, I got her at like 12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's easy. Easy calculation.
Okay.
And we are not even close to done. As
Oh,
there
he
he
is.
goes.
Attaboy. DPM cannot beat out
He
finding
had,
the flank angles as
he
a
had,
Kali.
he had one job. He had one job. That was kill Kali. You know what he did at the end?
He is a Kali.
Oh my god, he killed Caitlyn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah,
Kill
and
Caitlyn.
then he
Kill
killed
Caitlyn.
Yeah.
He killed Caitlyn. He did it.
And he got a GA at like the other point, and he got a stopwatch the other time.
And he killed
And
Caitlyn.
then he killed Caitlyn.
That's
He
all you
did.
need to do. One job.
Absolutely.
Kill the Caitlyn. And he did.
It was
As
absolutely beautiful, really.
Overall, Satep to me is one of the core pieces that made the previous team. When DRX was really good, look as good as they did. He has been kind of up and down, I think. As mentioned, DRX had a bit of a rough time, even obviously after Jungle, but even in 2022 summer, they weren't quite able to ever hit the consistent highs that they were able to hit in spring. So
He's one of the few challenger players that subbed in that got a POG
exactly.
in the LCK.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. It was on his Victor as well, crazily enough. We're going to go take a break. When we get back, game number 2. See you there.
빨간팀의 포탑이 파괴되었습니다. 파란팀의 포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Challenger Spring 2023. I'm Atlas, this is Chronicler, and we're ready to get into what could be the final game of the night, but probably is not going to be.
Hello everyone, I'm very excited to be here together with Adlus. We are going to cast challengers.
Yes, we are.
Well, you start with British.
Yeah, I was going for it. I'm not. I don't know. I really like. I like pretending to speak in under other accents.
Well, I can't do Australian. It's not gonna work.
I just said a
I
bunch
can only
of
do
words
R&R,
that didn't make any
doesn't-
sense.
Doesn't really.
Just talk out of your nose, straight out of your
I
nose.
don't think it's great.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's very good. I think my Australian accent sounds a little Southern American.
What do you want from me, man? I'm doing what you told me.
Hey, casters, if you had to choose one of the 4 ninjas, Kennen, Zed, Shen, Akali, to defend you while the other 3
Shen.
come after you, who would you choose?
Shen. His whole thing is defending you. His W, his ultimate.
But then you'd have Kennen, Akali, and Zed after you. And wouldn't it be good to have Shen as one of the ones after you?
I guess.
I'd probably like Akali, because then I can hide in the Twilight Shroud.
You can't hide in the Twilight Shroud. Only she can.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot.
You
Are
don't know what my
Are you a
capabilities
trained
are.
ninja, Atlas?
In this context, I am.
Well, that's the prompt doesn't mention that.
Well, are you a champion in League of Legends? Because then you couldn't be Stand United to either.
Well,
If
no,
you're not.
no, because that makes sense in terms of thematics. Because Shen can ult to anyone. in the
Not
game.
you. I've
Well,
never
you don't
seen a
know
Shen
that.
ult to you.
Well, no other champion is invisible in the Kali
Theoretically,
Shroud.
if Shen
no
was capable
other
of ulting
champion
to you,
is
he would have
invisible
ulted
in
you
the
by
Kali
now.
Shroud.
Unbelievable. Look, I would be in the Kali Shroud.
I
Everything
would
have been
leave
fine.
right now if I didn't have too much respect for the Challenger broadcast.
Well, what are the casters' items is it mid-game? Yeah, that is a really good point. And which caster are we? Are we Lux or Xerath? You know, like what? Because I assume if we're in the game, then we're also a caster-type champion, right? Making us a spellcaster.
I would probably be a support type. I feel like I'm a support. I feel like you'd be a tank.
Yeah, I'd probably be like...
Valdez would be a mage.
I'd
That's
be
very easy.
2011
Oh,
mid-Gragas.
Wolfby.
Wolf would be...
Bruiser, maybe? Assassin?
No, I feel like Wolf would be like Ivan, you know, like something that has like a completely different mechanic and plays the game entirely
no,
differently
actually
from
that
everyone
makes
else.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That's what I
so
think.
we'd have support, tank, mage, and then
Oh, I'd be on. I'm down with that. I do
could see
like the
that.
items.
yeah,
I'd like to give you a deicide if you need one.
cool.
Heck yeah.
Wolf is Warwick.
Oh, that's Astronautilus. That is it's too free, isn't it? That is too free.
Yeah, remember when we did the animals for every team, and then we didn't make T1 a goat and DRX a dragon?
Do you know who Valdez would be?
No,
He'd be a stopwatch.
it would be Ziggs, but
No,
yeah.
He'd just be a stopwatch.
Is this a rebroadcast? Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
this is a rebroadcast.
Yeah, this is not live.
Yeah, Alexius, you are definitely
are-
you're really bringing up people's expectations of YouTube chat.
It's also, this doesn't happen in Twitch chat, you know. Twitch chat doesn't ask us these questions.
And if they do, they only do it sarcastically to annoy everyone. Alice is Ramus? Okay.
Come on, YouTube chat. Keep it together.
Would Valdez want to be Yumi? No. Valdez isn't Yumi because Charlie's Yumi.
So, overall, in terms of draft, we've seen that in the previous game, the draft didn't really matter. All came down to the execution. And
Ooh, Heimerdinger was the problem.
is going to get taken away this time around. I do think that's a very good adaptation. Now, for Sandbox, the Caitlyn ban does still seem very appealing to me. I think that Lucian Nami, while annoying, feels a little bit more manageable. Although, to be honest, with Varus or with Caitlyn and Heimer already gone, maybe you ban Lucian. But then what do you go into the Caitlyn that inevitably will come out? And that's a toughie.
Ooh, Maokai. So that's going to be the adaptation on the
Okay,
bans here.
makes
So
sense.
Varus first pick or Lucian first pick is the option. Lucian is going to be the choice. Oh man, we're really doing this.
No,
We're
that
just-
that means free games, Atlas, right
We're
there.
catting. We're
Oh,
catting
yeah.
right now.
Lock it in.
I want
free
cat,
games.
cat and pig.
9
Give me cat
games?
and pig. We need
Cat,
to start
pig.
the menagerie. Start
Cat,
the menagerie now. We need cat, pig, crocodile.
There we
Cat,
go.
pig, crocodile. Let's go. Let's go.
They can go. No, I was going to say they can go fish, but they can't. Nami's going to get picked up by Sandbox.
Ah, Nami Yumi, the best lane. Think about how much sustain there is. Whoa. Imagine how much damage you do with Bop and Block active as well as Tidecaller's Blessing.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Hold up.
All right, that's an odd choice.
I actually like it. It's a preemptive choice to deny Liv Sandbox the Vi pick that they will probably want to pick up into Zerayumi, because Zerayumi really struggles into Vi, and it's also good into Wukong. And Sejuani or Wukong are the only choices here, and Vi has a pretty good matchup into both. So actually, if you rate Zerayumi, which in Challengers I kind of do, I think that this is a good draft thus far from DRX. I think it's pretty smart.
I want
And
Sivir.
you want Sivir?
Yeah. Not very good into Wukong, unfortunately, so
No.
Zeri will be the choice. But I don't like Zeri very much.
You
Never
don't,
really have.
no.
Just not really. I just don't feel like you I think it's too volatile. It's too volatile.
Yeah,
Makes
you're
me
right.
too nervous. I get anxious.
Especially in Challengers.
Yeah.
We don't like volatility at all.
Yeah, it's not
We're
about...
all about that consistency.
Well, I mean, I just... They'll be volatile with no matter what they get, and so having a very volatile champion as well as being challenger is just, you know, that's a recipe for heart attacks. You don't want that.
Vi, her favorite partner, besides Caitlyn, gonna get away, banned away as the Ahri now hits the ban list as well. Ahri not in the best spot. The LCK players that we've seen her pick up have looked pretty lackluster on it, but fortunately, still very good with the Vi. So I'm going to get taken away here.
Black Hats has let us know that Nami Yumi is actually pretty meta in Iron Solo Queue,
Cool.
so that's actually
Didn't know
really
that.
good to know.
Thank you.
Atlas, is Cho'Gath still a champion? Up you go. Pleta, what are we going to go for here? As the Victor is the choice. Goody, how is
Don't
your...
do it, DRX.
Aurelia?
I've seen Victor, Zerayumi. I know.
Do you know what?
I know what
Do you
follows.
remember when Satab was in the LCK? Do you remember what champion he played to pick up POG when they won in the LCK with a challenger roster? It was Victor.
Victor.
Atlas, what is your favorite champion
Diana.
champ theme?
Diana.
Yeah, it was. Wow. You
I
remember
know,
that?
of course I do,
Yeah,
man.
boom, baby.
I know you very well.
Very nicely
It's also one of my favorites, but I remember because we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Why
Super
don't LCS teams offer huge contracts to superior players? Well, because it's kind of
They
a gamble,
do,
and
don't
they
they?
do. And also, you can't really just take a challenger player, and because these guys are like 16, 17,
Whoa, did you see that? Liv Sandbox decided to win and then they decided to go home.
because they locked Renekton and then swapped.
Yeah. That was pretty interesting, wasn't
So is Clear going to play Aurelia or Camille? I actually love a Camille here.
Yeah.
Camille's great. Together with Vi, are you kidding me?
it? Oh, Aurelia?
Do it.
Oh, baby. Oh,
Lock it
man.
in.
That's going to be
Lock
so
it in.
cool.
Nice.
That's gorgeous. All right, Clear. Dahyuk going to really struggle here. And I don't think that many of us were all that excited about Dahyuk's Na play anyway. And now going up against a difficult matchup in the mid to late game, it's going to be real rough for him to figure that one out. We'll see how he does go, though. As Aurelia, of course, beautiful at split pushing, but can also team fight very well as well.
All of you in chat saying 2-0, don't you dare.
I mean, this
we-
is 100% at least a 55-minute game.
Yeah.
At least.
At the
And
very
I
least.
think that it's probably due to that fact, 80-20 in favor of Liv Sandbox.
So, looking at these individual drafts,
Gatorant says his
can-
game's going to be 17 minutes.
I can... Okay, I'm just going to move past that. I can see the Sandbox comp work in they can get to a stage in the game where they're able to actually utilize the pressure, right? One-item spike on Lucianami. Same for Akali, honestly, because especially if the Akali is not able to find any early pressure on the Victor or Wukong, which shouldn't happen. Like Wukong Akali's pre-6 is pretty mediocre. And on the other hand, for DRX, especially on top side, if they can get Clear ahead, or if Clear can just get to 6 without getting bullied too much by the range advantage of the Na, I think you're going to be in a great spot as DRX, but that Aurelia does need to get at least something go. Otherwise, it'll be a toughie.
Could certainly be, as we prepare for the metal music. Need everyone
Everyone
to get
in
out
chat.
there, do-do-do's. We're going to try our very best to actually stay
can
in
do
time
it.
this time around. It was
We
quite
believe in you.
difficult. Yeah. Oh, I really struggled, and hopefully we can get there because it's the most important time of the night. This could be the last opportunity. to sing along. So let's do it. Got him.
Nailed it.
We did it. Thank you so much, chat. Did a beautiful job. I like the exclamation marks for Ronicon
Oh
as
my
well.
god, YouTube and Twitch chat both?
Oh, Alexander even did dashes in between.
Amazing. I'm
Whoa,
so
that is
proud of
so
all of you.
much keyboard time that you
I
utilized.
am so proud of all of you.
Damn, you guys are the
You're doing
best.
great. Thank you
guys
so
are the
much for
greatest.
joining us today. This is giving me new energy. This is giving me new life.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. Well, Pleta and Piero gonna find Plan B. Man, when are we gonna see Plan A? Because so far Plan B hasn't really been working.
Diablo's plan A.
Ah. Okay. How hyped are you guys that Laura's joining the LCK? Extraordinarily hyped. She has always been a huge fan of Korean League of Legends, so it's just great to have her here.
It's going to be really fun.
So
I'm
we
very
can
excited.
utilize all of the extra hypedness. It's going to be so dope.
Hypedness?
Hypedness, indeed.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's nice. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hypedness.
Hypedness. If you say it too often, it will run out of meaning, okay?
I think it happened pretty early on, personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Would you say that it's not a real word?
Oh, I don't want to go that far.
Okay, good. As long as you're not
As
saying
level
completely.
1.
Okay, Ignite already down onto Plan B. Running underneath his turret. Pleta not going to
I
take a turret shot. I
swear-
was pretty scared that that was about to happen.
The current bot lane meta is actually just run at them and then pressure summoners to trade favorably as O clear. That's full stacks.
Oh, dear.
Ooh, doesn't have his Q.
He is... I was about to say that that was a favorable trade.
Very funny.
Yeah. Oh, it was pretty good.
I thought I was losing it faster than you were, but I'm seriously reconsidering.
Oh, no, I'm not losing it. I just never had it to begin with.
I feel like you have it even less now.
Just
We're
existed.
going to the negative as
Well, Vincenzo, spotted on a ward, Satab, reacts accordingly. As Goody at least is going to have some spare time with this minion wave. Pretty comfortably, like we can see. And a surprise Teemo from Satab.
he is shocked.
Yeah,
At this turn of
very
events.
shocked. It actually, like, that particular emote, it is very well designed to look exactly the same as Shocked Pikachu. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's amazing.
It's really
It's
well done.
really, really nice.
Yeah, that one I would say is one of the better ones. Piero taking a fair bit of damage here, but he's Yumi, so he doesn't really care about it, don't think. Reattach comes in, Prowling Projectile comes down.
They are pretty aware. Of course, Vincenzo still on top side, didn't loop down yet. He's going to be down a little bit. Ooh, I love this from Sponge.
Ooh. Spotted out, as we can see.
Should have a good idea that he's on Grump. It's either on Grump or somewhere around the upper part of the river. Of course, with the vision that they have and the fact that Satab already saw him track towards top side. And overall, so far, so good. DRX able to pick themselves up, as expected, a pretty decent lead in the mid lane. And Sponge also a little bit ahead of Vincenzo here in the early jungle clear. As, yeah, it's not a fun matchup pre-6. Post-6 gets a lot better.
Certainly does. The all-in potential certainly going to be there, as Vincenzo could also make it very difficult for Satab
Ooh,
with a
but Sponge
victory
is here.
here. Sponge is going to turn up. Goody extraordinarily low. Gravity field placed beautifully. As now Goody has to try and figure it out, and he does so. They lock down the kill. Now Sponge, can he find the double? The first one's going to come in. He still has flash, as Goody cannot approach this wave whatsoever. So a 1-for-1, but with Goody, oh no, he didn't pick up the kill. Oh dear. Pretty disastrous, but Goody is going to be able to stick around and pick up the wave, and that is important.
Yeah, the main issue is, Claire, are you dead? Okay, but you're definitely in trouble.
Well,
Might be
kind of
dead.
almost, yeah. A bit dead. As Dahyuk, only level 5.
Nice sidestep.
I was waiting for the Nars to come in, but
So,
didn't have it.
overall, still a very favorable trade here because of the fact that the wave still gets shoved in, so none of the minions get lost. Setup also, nice, gets the cannon. As
Nailed
unfortunately, nicely sidestepped here as well by Guti, right? Both him and Vincenzo playing well around the chaos, or the, sorry, gravity field. And as a result, completely fine. But Sponge just comes off of a fresh back and still has double buffs. So not too tough to take down. And as a result, we'll get double scuttle. And also picks up an extra camp, right? Vincenzo now substantially further behind. And Sponge in a favorable position should be very big. Considering the fact that the Vi on an earlier 6 has so much playmaking potential around the map. And I swear, normally my English is better, but my language box is not good now.
My language area of thing in head is struggle to make sound in word way.
So basically, you know, there is almost always like an almost imperceptible delay between me thinking something and then me kind of having to filter or translate it. If you're bilingual, you'll know what I'm talking about. But the more tired I get, the more that lag takes. So it's like lag, you know, in game. And
yeah, you got ping.
So normally
ping.
I'm working on Korean ping. You know, completely fine. It's like, I don't know, we'll be talking about like 7 ping.
Yeah.
Right now we're on 30. And we're approaching LCS territory pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And that's not good for anyone.
No, it's real dangerous. And you all know that pros cannot play on 30 ping. That is disastrous.
35 ping, I'll do it.
Gonna get flashed on here by Sponge. The bubble is fantastic as the Vi was dealt with beautifully there by Plan B. I'd say that was leaning towards Plan A with how well they handled that particular gank attempt. As DRX still largely in the lead as far as control of the game is concerned, but still, that was decent defensive play from Loose Sandbox.
The main thing that I do want to highlight is that if you get into this mid-game with a lead as DRX, you're going to feel great. You still have to respect, there is still a lot of team fighting power, and the mandate and Guild for Spike that we always talk about with these two is still going to be relevant. Oh no.
All right, Pleta gonna have to get out of the way of this one. Really nice bubble yet again. Plan B kind of playing beautifully. They already had the barrier on cooldown, and that heal, like you say, means there's not a lot of options. It's all right, Clear. Let's see what he can do. Does get the Mega Gnar out from Dahyuk, and is now able to dance around this wave. Level 7 now hit for the Aurelia, and so therefore going to be able to continue spreading this lead ever further. 23 CS in advantage as the wave crashes towards the Gnar.
Ooh. I was about to say, Sponge, your team is not there and Setup is backing. I don't think you want to take that cue, but I got baited by it anyway, because that's how things are right now in our lives. And as long as DRX appropriately respects and keep track of any possible flanks and are actually able to either isolate the target with Vi or kind of kite back, or, you know, have their own flank with Claire, who, even though he hasn't found a kill, is still a solid 20 CS up and in the firm lead in his lane and really bullying Dahyuk, who is now going to miss a little bit more. You should be completely fine because you scale very well. Obviously, Goody, if you get kills, can be a big problem. Oh, Drake here would be so big for Sandbox.
Oh, Vincenzo going to dive into the pit here as it is secured by the Zeri of all people. Does throw down the ultimate. Diablo is very low, but still the kill is going to go through. And everyone on DRX just melts. There is one kill going to Satab in the end, but ultimately not the greatest of situations. DRX at least can say, got Drake though, in all chat.
And you know what the best part is?
What's that?
Is that Nani gets all the kills. Well, that's the best part for DRX. As, yeah, Plata here, unfortunately, late flash still gets hit by the Nami. And then subsequently, Vincenzo dies for some reason. That one isn't really clear. Tries to just slow down, I guess, Satap, so that Goody can make his way over, but didn't really work. Plan B bubbling himself to speed up as he walks back. And now, fight for the Herald. And this is the type of fight where if you didn't just take a really bad trade, you might be looking to get something done, but you did. So now you kind of have to give it up.
Well, yep, that's not going to be any ability for DRX to collect themselves this Rift Herald. And Clear kind of shoved in towards his top side, as he is still looking for that Blade of the Ruin King. But you can see that Clear is playing out this lane the way that he should, always looking for those opportunities, those ways in to try and get an engage. So, see whether he's going to be able to actually find one of those, because it's getting closer and closer to Aurelia win condition or lose. If this bottom lane goes to hell.
I don't think that's true. You have Victor and Zeri Yumi.
No, I know, but those ones aren't working. Is what I'm saying.
We're 10 minutes into the game, Atlas. Come on.
Well, I just saw the Nami triple kill or double kill, and that made me worried. Chronicler.
It's one bad fight.
Wombat fight?
Yeah.
Wombats don't fight. They actually can be vicious.
Sorry, what?
You said wombat fight, didn't you? Did anyone else hear wombat fight? Sound off.
Can't do this right now, man. Can't do this right now.
I just want to know whether anybody else heard wombat fight. Yeah, Izzy? Izzy heard it.
Chad.
Guthanadolia
Chad,
also
don't
heard
let
it.
me
Wombat
down.
fight.
Come
yeah.
on, Chad.
Ashley?
Chad.
Absolutely.
Chad.
Oh.
Why?
Amico, I did cast Worlds. What are you talking about? The Kips. It's okay. You don't have to hear it.
It's okay. Okay.
Everyone's just...
Let the people
Everyone
talk,
heard the
Atlas.
wombat. They heard wombat, man.
That's what I heard. Okay, well, if the people declare it, I will follow them. I was talking about one bat fight.
Just a bat fight. I get it.
Yeah, between bats.
Yeah.
Why don't we have a bat champion in League?
I do have Vi's, like,
Yeah, we have
bat
Vladimir,
skin.
but that's not really the same. Where's our bat champion?
We need a bat champion. That's true.
We got a spider champion.
How did we get a Stingray before we got a bat?
I don't know. Why can't we have a bat champion?
We should really have a bat champion.
No, not bat chest. You. How dare you, chat? Don't bat chest me.
All right, final
Plan B's
chapter
dead.
comes in. Yeah, that is a really dead Nami. Man, I don't know what. That was not even Plan B, I don't think. There's Vincenzo going to be able to make it out. Warrior Tricks are not going to be enough. Clear. Teleported in. Feeling like he did have an opportunity. And also, look at that. Have you ever seen an Aurelia give farm to anyone ever?
Oh,
that was amazing.
Vayne is kind of Batman. That makes sense.
Oh, Vayne
is Bat Fiend. But
Bat
she's not.
Fiend,
I want a bat.
Yeah.
I want a champion to like soar over, you know, fly. Over
Definitely
the rift.
Vayne is the closest thing to Bat Champion, though.
Yeah.
100%.
Movie recommendation for tonight. Help you out, chat. What are you looking for? Fun? Interaction? What do you want to feel?
I'm thinking of watching The Menu soon.
I've heard it's really good. It's on. It's on.
It's on
Disney
D
Plus
plus
now.
Kia, right? Yeah.
Don't do that.
I
No,
didn't want to say it. I just wanted to be able to say D plus Kia instead. Menu is amazing. Thank you very much, Cinnamon. I'll have to check it out.
I've heard it's really good. Really
Yeah.
want to watch it.
The Catch-22. Ooh, Genshin player. Or actually just
Everything Ever All Once, great movie.
I
Yeah.
really need to see that. I haven't seen that one.
That's
either.
great. Wonderful movie.
I
Really
also
enjoyed
want to
it.
start watching The Last of Us. Apparently, the episode that just aired today, I believe.
I mean,
was
every
really, really
episode
good.
apparently has been really good. So
Need to check that one out. I also need to play the game, but I just haven't played console games in a really long time. Or really like any AAA title
YouTube
at all.
chat not winning points there.
상태가 사라집니다.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Jawboot, you didn't really get it, did you?
No, you don't get the vibe.
it's
You don't get the vibe, man.
You'll be fine.
Don't harshen it. We're having a great time here.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening in game. No.
Oh dear. Jacob though, yeah, I started that show and then just really it didn't click with me. It
So
wasn't really
Velda's watched season 1 and said it was amazing.
Alice
But then
in Borderlands,
season
yeah.
2, not so great. So, overall, let's do a very quick checkup here. As now, 1-1 in Drake's, Mountain Soul.
Chaos Storm.
Very relevant, right?
Indeed.
We love a Mountain Soul. Very strong for
Everyone
either
does.
of these two teams. Big problem, mostly for Sandbox, if DRX get it. I think DRX actually have builds that can kind of chew through it nonetheless. As will be first turbot here, so nice snowball from Sandbox towards the bot side of the map. Mandate and Guilfors are done. But Sclair is wasting as many minions as he possibly can. What's happening at this?
Why would I watch Last of Us when I could watch Shrek for the 400th time and think about Rain Jungle? True, though. Any truers in
Hey,
chat?
and how many movies do you know that have Smash Mouth in it?
Well, not as many as Shrek. Wow. That really opened my mind.
Isn't All-Star in, I want to say in Rat Race, this really bad early 2000s comedy?
I remember Rat Race. That was the first movie that John Cleese did after he got his teeth done.
Yeah, with with Rowan Atkinson and Whoopi Goldberg and a ton of people in that.
Yeah, that was real good.
That was really good.
Oh, hey now, you're an all-star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good time.
So,
So,
are you looking forward to Sum 41 coming in touring Korea?
kind of want to go.
I kind of want to go too, man.
Just to relive the glory days.
Oh, wasn't In Too Deep such a great song?
I was a still waiting kind of guy. Just a little bit more edge.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely a bit more angsty.
You know me.
Oh, it's a good
I have a fair amount of angst.
What is Lucian building is a really good question, actually.
What? No, it's
as I think
rapid
that's
fire
just
cannon.
rapid fire cannon.
Yeah, and he goes Dirk because early Dirk spike is really good to back on early in the lane. So you have volume
The
potential.
Kips got a little bit confused about
That's okay.
Lucian
Okay.
building, what Lucian
Well,
builds
these
every
teams
game.
rank in LCS. I mean, these teams are kind of okay. So they'd probably outhands people, but I don't know if they'd
But
necessarily
they've
do
never
super
played in
well.
the LCS, so I don't think that we're ever actually equipped to say, right? Because every league is a league based on each other and only in the context of one another, right? So you can't therefore say whether a league is good against one another until you get to international competition. You actually see them face off.
But
As Tidal Wave does come in, Sponge is going to get knocked up. Let's see whether we can find the team fighters. There's the flash assault and battery. Immediately the Vi goes down though as Goody going to be able to get out of there. Clear trying to dance around the fight but isn't quite able to. The Zeri
Let
picks up a
up.
couple of kills though. And now it is Zeri time. Diablo, wrong side of the rift. Even Shirley is scared of this Zeri. Only finally goes back when he finds out that it's Satab instead. Pleta now needs to try and win this fight and is almost going to do so. There it is, and that is an unofficial quadra kill. And Wolf, where are you, mate? We need certification. We need the, can we write it down here? How's your calligraphy, Chronicle?
you know who the real MVP of the fight is? My boy Sponge.
Hell
Get him!
yeah.
Get him, Spongey! Because you know what Sponge did? Oh my god, they forgot the I. Yeah. You know what Sponge did? Sponge killed, well, didn't kill Goody, but almost killed Goody, so he couldn't kill that Zeri, man. Look at that. Watch him soar. Here, there's a Kali. Not anymore, there's not. Look, the Kali's to run Atlas.
I can't hear you, I'm busy writing my
Tail
certificate.
between the legs. This wasn't the Zeri moment. This was Aurelia and Vi giving their lives so Pleta could soar. As Atlas is drawing a lot of stuff. I think he's making a stand. Now though, gold lead firmly in favor of DRX, and as mentioned previously, even though Liv Sandbox definitely have a composition that can win late game fights.
What's the date today? I need to date this
It is
certificate.
currently the 30th of January. Monday. But I feel like you knew that. Atlas is an artist? Oh, of course he is. Heart, mind, and soul. Truly.
I did my Zeri certificate. Should I post it on Twitter or should I just wait until
Yeah,
the
I
end
think
of
you
the game? Okay, here we got a team fight as final chapter comes in. That is a lone Yumi that just gets exploded. In goes Pleta. Might be able to find something here, but remember doesn't have a cat. Vanguard's edge is huge though, and it catches them right on the edge. And now Goody gonna have to try and get out of this one. That is a decent little sneak in of the Shuriken, but not wanting to go after that one. And Clear is just really scary on this Aurelia.
And I don't think that Sandbox actually can now contest. I don't think that DRX can take a Drake into Sponges there, but they have a lot of range damage, and they still have a... Oh, hold on.
All right, Dahip gonna get a double.
Wait.
Nah, that's decent. Vincenzo finds the Zeri. And yeah, they all just die.
They walked into Nar!
Yeah,
You saw him!
yeah,
You knew he was there!
yeah.
He was going mega!
Uh-huh,
Why would you do that?
yeah. Whew. Well, that was some gameplay that we saw that existed in this game.
It's gonna be 9 games.
They are going to be able to grab themselves a dragon.
It's gonna be 9 games.
Well, it is looking like that could be a possibility. Sponge has a cat and will now try to take down this outer turret in the mid lane. Currently, only one outer has been taken by Liv Sandbox, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this situation, one could say.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
that, no,
I don't have a lot
just
to say
gorgeous.
about it. Don't try to kill Mega Gnar when the timer is... Sorry, don't try to kill Mini Gnar when if you don't hit your timer, you immediately lose the fight in a dragon. Not a lot more to say
Would
about
you
that
mind
one.
adding a Shrek to that Zeri certification?
Draw a Shrek.
I haven't drawn a Shrek ever in my life, I don't think.
Just
I just don't
draw
even
like a
wanna
circle
try.
of like the do you know what the Shrek is?
Yeah, I know what the Shrek
Well,
is look
it
like,
makes
but
sense if you
I'm
just draw the
embarrassed
Shrek
about
is.
it.
Why?
I don't want to. I'm actually I'm self-conscious about that.
Why do you not want to?
It makes me sad. I'm
Aw,
not a very good
Atlas.
drawer guy.
You want me to draw Shrek? You want to do it together? I'll draw a
I
Shrek
really
for
like
you.
my big-time Zeri certificate
Okay, well,
that
you
I
don't
wrote.
have to add a Shrek.
I think it's kind of perfect the way that
well,
it
then
is.
just leave it the way it is.
Okay, thank you.
It's fine, Atlas.
All
I
right.
just want you to, do your best and feel good.
No, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing that, but I think that the certificate might be good enough even without a Shrek on it for no
I
reason.
think it's great.
Thanks.
Okay? You're doing wonderful.
Appreciate
I'm
that.
really proud of you.
All right. Well, Pleta does have a cat, but otherwise relatively alone. Extendo beam to do a bit of damage here. As Vincenzo not going to find the angle just yet. Jack Show done here for clear. Wanting to team fight on the Aurelia just a little bit. I do like the idea, as we've seen a lot of these teams not necessarily favor any sort of split push tech.
You know what I love?
What do you love?
When Satap realizes that he's the sole AP source and the enemy team is all building plated steel caps and is not itemizing any EMR, and you just go full damage, baby.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Leandry's. Well, that's Shadow Flame next.
Mm-hmm.
And then bring up the
Rabidons.
Void. Well, probably Void because he is playing into Mountain, and I don't know if they're getting the
Yeah,
next
that's
Drake.
true. Yeah.
So
Makes me less excited, but I do think that it's a smarter idea. Ed and Eddie, it's been a while since I've even heard that name, let alone seen anything about it. But Old Stony, it is definitely doing some rumblings in my memory tank.
In this context, I think the Jack Show mostly serves as allowing Aurelia to actually team fight. Obviously, Aurelia in solo queue probably just want to go for the build that allows you to 1v1 the most because there's no coordination. But in this game state, you probably want to be able to just create space for your Zeri or your Victor, either of which will carry a late game team fight when you're not able to, as there is a Shadow Flame. So
Oh, wow.
the Jack Show allows you to just tank a lot more and drain up a bit, utilize the extra resistances, and then all you need is like an extra second, and you probably win a fight. So pretty nice. I think it's a good item. It's not the first that we've seen. We've seen a lot of like the, what was it? Blade the Rune King, Frostfire Gauntlet type of builds as well.
Oh,
That was a thing, right?
that was a thing for a little bit. We've seen a lot of Gore Drinker Aurelias as well.
Gold Drinker wouldn't be bad into Sandbox either, but I like Jack Show.
I like Jack Show a lot. I think it's actually really cool.
Yeah.
It's all right. Let's see whether DRX can get themselves back on track. Currently, the gold is extraordinarily even, especially for 23 minutes. We're just getting ourselves situated for the next fight.
Can Plata finish IE? That's the big question, because if he finishes IE for the next Drake fight, they're in, I think, a pretty good
close.
spot. Yeah, but still...
1 minute.
Ooh, Sponge.
Oh, yeah, Sponge is going to get slowed down. Has to flash. And now he's going to try and turn it. The cat's going to be there, and the Lucian just explodes. Pleta now able to move away. And I don't know whether Live Sandbox can even get away from this. Yes, they can. In fact, they do it quite easily. Plan B. Going to get hit by the Extendo Beam, but that has the highest range out of anything else DRX can do. Man, they turned that one on its head.
Really good split-second decision there from Sponge. Nicely done, because as soon as they back off there, Sponge just gets chunked out, and Sandbox might even try to go for a Baron, right? I think that's risky, don't think they should, but could be an opportunity there, and then if DRX botch the initial walk-up or overextend and walk into a Maganar, they can just lose the game. Because if you lose the fight around the Baron pit, you are in deep trouble. So instead, actually able to turn it around, kill Diablo, take away both the heal and the ignite, and then set yourself up for a much better next fight, where you're still not losing anything, even with Sponge down. So really, really well done. Does look like Plata will not be able to finish his third item. Now for Diablo, he did go for LDR, so Spike's still big, but not quite as explosive as a Infinity Edge. As are they gonna try and get Baron instead? I don't think they're really in a great position to do so.
Yeah, they're doing some weird stuff, just giving away Soul Point here. As
I guess they feel like they can't fight without IE.
Yeah.
That must be it.
not wanting to go for it, as IE does finally come through here for Pleta, but
yeah, that
as
must
you can
be
see, not able to
the
quite
whole-
get there. Satap just sitting in the brush, and the wave sails by majestically, looking gorgeous. Love that. We're not even going to get our boogie board out though. Inside of DRX, Satab's just going to sidestep it. And Live Sandbox now with Soul Point in their hands, and they do have double Mountain as well, as Clear could be in trouble. Flawless duet, and oh man, that is not the one he wanted. Full culling right into his backside. And now we've got a cease and desist. All right, another fantastically aimed ultimate, and another time Diablo just melts. There is nothing that he can do against this Vi, apparently, as Diuk has to flash to get himself out of the way as well. And the Zeri takes down the turret. This could just mean Baron, because they have no damage.
Vi and Yuumi, just such a lethal combination here.
Piero's
for
timing
DRX.
his final chapter so beautifully as well.
I was kind of joking last time when I said it was Sponge MVP, but right now,
oh yeah,
I'm feeling it, Atlas.
100%. As Satab, let's see whether he can zone them out of this one. As okay,
no.
Goody's going to dive in. He gets into the pit. Diuk's going to take down the Vi. Oh my! Everyone is just dead.
Where?
Oh my God! All right, Piero. Yeah, you are not going to be able to do anything. And now Baron is just going to go over to Live Sandbox. Oh my God!
Why would you, Baron? The jungler is alive. Just.
I mean, the jungle is not alive anymore. Jungle is not alive anymore, Chronic Glow.
You can't stay in the pit.
Got the jungler. We nailed it.
You can't just stay in the pit.
Just gotta get the Baron.
No. Why would you do that?
Oh, I don't know, man. I was ready to believe. And then, yes, the Kips, you indeed broke C Chronicler.
It was such a good call initially as well. Such a beautiful fight.
Oh.
Look at that gold.
Yep, I'm looking at it. Well, now there is a Baron on Live Sandbox here. As let's see whether DRX can salvage this game. They still have an Infinity Edge there with 6 kills. Things are still kind of good, eh? But not really. As, yeah, things are going to start falling apart now for DRX. They're going to lose a whole bunch of their base, and Live Sandbox with control of the map with this AoE CC composition can be very, very scary. 2 minutes on the next dragon. And Live Sandbox, I think they're going to do it. I think they may bring us to the 9th game of the day.
First of all, I really appreciate your attempt at caster cursing. The certain Live Sandbox win. Secondly, yeah, my sleep deprivation has kicked in to the point where the giggles have now began. And the problem with the giggles is that they don't go away. So I'm really trying to focus here.
Yep.
Let's do my very best.
Let's just go full serious.
Okay.
Full
so,
serious.
Death Dance is finished,
really
right?
sink it in. Yep.
We're currently looking for Death Cap on Satab. But with the amount of shove that Sandbox have available, I don't know if DRX can actually hold on to any of their side turrets as...
Tidal Wave, once again, does nothing. That's right, they're going to hit a clone for a little bit. As in a turret, going to take a fair bit of damage. Live Sandbox will get poked a little, but not as much as Sponge does, as he has to flash.
He also
and they use the heal, they use everything else as well in order to try and get the Vi out of there. Really nice culling work by Diablo, especially just straight onto Sponge throughout this game.
And overall, the current situation for Sandbox now is perfect, right? They got Shove on top, they got a ton of extra gold, will have incredibly strong backs here. Look at that death cap, not quite done yet. Satab won't have that available for the next fight, and you can't give this up. This is Soul, and even though there are ways in which you can come back from Mount Soul being given up, generally, doesn't really happen. Mid-prio fighting is going to be very tough for DRX as the opponents still have their Baron buff for another 15 seconds, so miracle necessary here for DRX.
We'll see whether they can find it. Diuk feeling like he can just walk up to Pleta, and that is a dangerous thing. As in goes Goody, Satab in so much trouble. Great gravity field, but there's nothing that they can do. Twilight Shroud goes down and he's okay.
Yuumi able to get Satab back to full. And here at Sandbox, you can also just say, we don't care, we're just going to shove mid. Doing the wave will be a little delayed on that, and I don't think that they'll be able to get more than the inhibitor turret because DRX should be able to make their way back. So a little slow here on Sandbox, not quite synced up with the wave, and as a result, you take this trade anytime, as long as you don't give up anyone, which Sponge is on a journey.
He's behind enemy lines. He's Owen Wilson.
Yeah, I don't think they know
now
for certain that he is still on a mission to get home.
Well, gets a
And
control
I think,
ward
yeah,
in
should
as
be-
well. Look at this.
Oh,
He's got a camp as well.
He's taking the camp.
Oh,
Sponge
love to see it.
Sponge is all about making the best
That's efficient.
of a tough situation.
Ooh, gorgeous.
I gotta appreciate that. And
Old
now,
Stoney, that's exactly it.
oh my god,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Is he
it's
going to
a-
wrap back
yes,
around
yes,
for the
and it-
god tier flank of Destiny?
he can ult Diablo. Oh, if they sync that with Clear. Oh my god, they're gonna have no idea.
Oh my god. Plan B.
They don't know.
Oh my god. Okay,
don't know.
Flawless Duet comes in. Here he goes. They lock down the Nah. Don't know whether that's a priority target, but it seems to be working so far. Vincenzo down extraordinarily low. Player
There goes
picks up that
Player.
one. And Jet Set Radio Future, he's flashing, he's dead. Never you mind. It would have been great if they killed the Lucian early. I wonder how they could have possibly done that. But DRX still back in this one, as it's just Pleta that's dead. I think Clear is still a pretty good Yuumi target. Satab going to move on over plan B. Have to run out of this one. Sponge moving on down. Okay, let's see whether the dive is possible. Looks like it's not.
So, not the best target selection there from Sponge, but more importantly, I think there is starting the fight, as the problem is if he goes for Diablo or Plan B here, is I do think that you run the risk of the rest of your team not being able to follow up, and then you just get killed, and then that's the end of the fight. So, it looks awkward.
This E of,
Yeah, well, this,
I believe.
yeah, and then, yeah, that wasn't great. Even with the flash to make sure you don't get bubbled, not quite the play that you're looking for, but that's how you want to play Zeri. As, yeah, I don't know, chat. I'm trying to explain the thought process. I would have ulted Lucian 100%, but do remember that with Dash, Flash, and Gil Force, Diablo actually gets very far away, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then
He also has like 5 items and some brown bags.
yeah. So I think it looks silly initially. It might have still been the wrong call, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's as black and white of a moment. If Clear is right there with him, it's very different, right? Because then just go for the ultimate and you're completely fine. As
I think there is like an ease of execution factor for DRX's composition that might give them some sort of angle back into this one.
I mean, they have a victor with that. Like they can completely win. The current state of the gold isn't really relevant. As oh, it does have TP. Oh, here we go.
Yep, Cyclone comes in. Final chapter goes down as well. The cat is already dead. Pleta survives for a long time, but it's not enough. Goody's going to be able to lock that one up as Vanguard's Edge flies in. Clear, can you do it? Not enough Blade Surges and not enough time. And Liv Sandbox will take us to 9 games on the day. I say with as much enthusiasm as I can possibly inject into my voice.
There's one caster minion gonna herald the end for DRX and a possible ending to our sanity. Oh, they're gonna wait for the next wave, but should still be fine. As ooh, Piero's gonna come up. That's not enough though. Should be game here. No Plata, no Sponge, no Satap. And Liv Sandbox is gonna do it.
They take us to game number 3. All right, we'll see what the decider is going to do. Of course, if we were going to make things all equal as far as our graph is concerned on the day, it will be a 2-1 in favor of Liv Sandbox. We'll just have to see whether that is the eventuality here.
Who do we vote for?
I don't care. Sorry, I do care. A lot.
You know
I'm going
what?
to give it to whoever played the 80 carry role in that game.
Okay, there you go. As
Yeah,
it's really tough, chat.
that was a boom boom damage mode. Did you see it?
Yeah, I appreciate it. You waited until chart came up?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think that really the true winner is
This chat.
the taxi driver gets a fare tonight because there'll be no trains running to take us home.
Please don't get me started on the giggles. Oh no, no, Atlas, none. We can't lose you too. Atlas, no, only one of us can have the giggles. Oh, yeah, he's gone. He's gone. So, if you're wondering why we're like this, we have just casted 8 games. We have casted full LCK days for the last 6 days.
We've drunk a lot of water.
This is our
Gilpo,
7th day in a row, and we're about to cast our 9th game.
Yeah.
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 We're gonna have the POG come up in a moment's time. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was a team effort from DRX to lose that game.
Really
and
gave their
for
all.
Live Sandbox to win it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a difficult question as far as who picks it up. Having a look at all of the statistics and everything like that.
There is a lot of them. Yeah, you see the gold graph? It's going up and down.
Stats with numbers on them are here on the screen.
Gold as well, KDAs.
Oh, can we cast LEC later on today as well? You know what? Maybe we should. Diablo's going to pick it up as Atlas is going to continue to have pretty high record as far as picking the correct...
Great boom damage vote, Atlas.
Yeah. POGs. Well, I mean...
He played a good game.
Yeah.
I don't want to...
There's no need to
I voted for Nami because I actually think that Cloud did really well that game.
Yeah.
You know, being a Nami and Lucian Nami, unless your carrier, often gets underappreciated. So, shout out to the bot lane duo. Again, I really like us spreading our votes when it comes to like when 2 people carry a game.
Yeah,
It's
I agree.
great. It's really nice.
I think it's the way to do it. I think, you know, Diablo definitely had a decent game as well, and I really liked how he mind-controlled Sponge into not ulting him in that fight as well, so that they would be
No,
fine.
I'm gonna
Plan bubble?
No,
I love that.
That ultimate was not the problem. The Zeri dying afterwards
I
was.
actually agree, but it was kind of funny.
It was definitely funny. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy some highlights. We'll jump into a small break after that, and then the deciding game number 3. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to LCK Challenger Spring 2023. I'm Atlas, this is Chronicler, and we're getting ready for the, what is it, Game 3, Game 9, whichever one it is. DRX Live Sandbox going to be playing video game, I think, at some point, and this is an energy drink. I'm going to place it down here. I did do a Zeri certificate, the big time Zeri certificate given by Atlas on the day that it was given. Didn't draw a Shrek. Sorry about that.
Is that Tom Hardy?
Oh, I don't know. I think Tom Hardy's done an accent before. It delved away from that for a moment, I think.
Yeah. Kind of went all over the place.
Yeah, it's where it goes. It goes where it wants to go.
That's where we go. So, I have regained all my energy. I have remembered inside me there is someone who's watched Challengers for a year and a half, and that person has been waiting for this moment to really show themselves who they really are. That sentence didn't mean anything, but that's what the next.
I watched
50,
the person
that's what
actually
the next,
erupt out of him earlier.
That's
as
what
well.
the
It was
that's
terrifying.
what the next 15 minutes is going to look like. So if you don't like that, if you're like, what are these guys doing? You don't get it, and that's okay. You don't have to get it. We do. And if you're still here, you get it too.
Chronicler,
What
have
if
you
I
ever
cost
looked?
in rhyme? That would be cool all the time. Just for the rest of the night? Will that be all right?
Going home would be sublime. I want to eat a lime. This is a waste of my time. Okay. Have you ever just stared at yourself deep into the eyes when you're in game 9 of the day? Have you ever done that?
No!
I'm doing it right now.
I can't say I have. So, between Sandbox and DRX, there'll be one more game. And that game is going to take off shortly, supposedly. We have talked about drafts. We've talked about challengers. We've talked about resilience. We've talked about a lot of stuff. But as it turns out, in the end, none of it matters.
Yep.
It matters, do you win the final fight? There's one fight in the game that matters. Do you win it? If it doesn't matter, if you don't win it,
I mean, I think Linkin Park. They told us very long ago that in the end, doesn't even matter.
Not only the team, well,
most of the time.
In the end, only the final team fight before an objective
Yeah,
matters.
I think that was the official lyric until they changed it for the radio edit. Unfortunately, so DRX have selected blue side, I believe. Because, of course, the majority of teams generally do. We're going to get word. There it is. Nailed it. You can see that DRX has a blue color underneath their name,
Atlas,
which does give it away.
I'm going to be real with you. I need you to try and cool it a little bit on the jokes, because I do not want to go full gears.
Did I make
again.
a joke?
Yes, you were talking about the blue collar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was true, though.
That's a well, yes, but it's a factual statement
Yeah.
delivered in a way that makes it a joke.
Oh, did it? Wow, I'm funny. That was really cool. 2 junglers have been banned as we hop into pick and ban here for game number 3. That's really giving me more energy.
Nice.
Are you calling me funny? Oh, that was really cool.
I always call you funny.
Oh,
I think you're
thanks, man.
hilarious.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
No, Dongmu is not going to be playing in game 3, unfortunately, the Catch-22. But surely she will have some game time throughout the year. We'll just have to stick around and check out more Challenger in order to see her debut. Ashe has been banned away, Karma as well, taken off the Rift. So we'll see what DRX are going to utilize here with their first pick advantage.
That's really all we need now is a pause. Good point. I hadn't given that one a thought yet.
What if, like, no, but it's like game 9, right? So maybe the computers will, like, overheat, and we need to replace all 10 computers. Maybe we have Windows Update come in.
The Windows
Update
update
everyone's computer. Because it's like, it was official, like, it was designated to, like, surely they're not going to be playing it this time.
Yundo's in chat. Hey, Yundo, how are you doing? We're
what's
trying
up,
to keep it
Yundo?
together.
Hey, man.
Everyone give Yundo some love. He's the official observer. He's doing a wonderful job.
He's doing God's work on this
need him.
glorious day. Yundo, if you could give us some more zoom-ins on cannon creeps that don't get taken, that would be fantastic. Anything like that, we'd be really, really appreciative. So far, there's been a draft. The champion picks are exactly what you would expect, so we don't really need to talk about them.
It's literally the same. The only difference is that there is a Lulu instead of Yumi.
Yep.
So everything that we said in the previous game, it's just true again. You know what's
no,
beautiful?
but the people piloting the champions.
Yeah, no, I know
yeah.
they're flipped. I know they're flipped, Atlas.
All right,
It's
yeah.
fine. I know they're flipped, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the draft functionally is the same.
Yeah.
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 So,
Jax. Not in this game.
No, not in this game.
No.
So
Who else isn't in the game?
we'll have maybe some Cassante,
Oh,
maybe some Nar.
Nah, gonna be in the game. Gotta be.
Cassante and Nar.
DRX definitely not
Okay.
gonna ban Nah.
Otacos
They
is still
might
saying-
ban Cassante though.
Well, that depends. Sanity is a matter of perspective.
Sanity is in the eye of the beholder, I think.
No.
I
Well,
think that's what they say.
I think chat's right, but
Yeah.
do with our answer what you will.
Yeah.
Well, did you ever? My breakpoint was very clear when my Joker arc started.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
when was it for you? Because I think you didn't have as much of an obvious breakdown. Is this because you're always breaking down? It's like a Hulk thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's part of my brand.
Hmm.
Is to be always on the verge of
Always
completely
on the
having a
verge.
brain meltdown.
But we have left the Verge.
Yeah.
Do you like the Verge?
Not really. Well, no.
It's a bit basic
Yeah.
in terms of music.
Yeah.
I'd say. That's a new champion.
I mean, no, it's not. It's Azir.
Yeah, I haven't seen this series yet. Might have seen him in one of our other series, but I don't remember other series happening.
Who was the first person you ever saw play Azir?
Faker.
Really?
I don't know. I just the first one I'd remember would be Faker. Actually, no, it'd be the Hoon, but not Hooney. But not Hooney. The other Hoon,
The Easy Hoon?
the Easy Hoon. Yeah.
You know, I spoke to Easy Hoon. His English is
Really?
actually pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It was at a
that's
Huishik,
awesome.
which is an after party. It was a Huishik for, I can't remember which final it was, but I think he was there as a guest on the Korean broadcast.
No, don't do that.
And he was just a really, really
Don't-
cool guy.
Don't blind Gwen. No. No, Renekton's open.
Yeah,
Is
but
he?
you got a Gwen.
Don't blind.
Sometimes you got
Oh.
a snippy snip snip.
No, they can pick a Kali.
I also really dislike Syndra.
Oh, okay. Okay, Dayak. Throw the
Oh.
gauntlet.
Oh.
Well, Rally I just lost, so I don't think it's a great idea. There we go.
There it is.
Pick it, Dayak. Show them who's the real ninja.
Well, Live Sandbox have pretty
Sandbox draft's
severely
pretty-
crushed this draft.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this because it's Lulu and Zeri, but
Yeah,
here we are.
that top side of the map is pretty strong. And Pleta and Piero have been struggling a little bit during the last couple of games. So,
Correct.
yeah, we'll need a big pop-off from Clear if they really want to lock this one down.
Yeah, but she's playing into a counter matchup. The blind Gwen, little baffling, I have to say.
Is Syndra technically a scaling pick now? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I think she was always
With the
not
splinters.
bad late, but I feel like she's better now.
Although,
Even.
in this particular game, I think Syndra
She's
is
not.
kind of via Zia food the entire time.
I actually like her into Vi because you can cancel the Q, but
You
Yeah.
can't cancel the ult.
that's true.
You kind of just die. Unless you just gameplay the Vi to death before she gets to you. You can do that.
Could happen.
That is a way to do it. So if Satab is like super mega fed, then I
Super
guess it
mega?
doesn't really matter which
Super
champion he's
mega
playing.
fed.
Super mega fed, yeah. Epic, super duper, big time fed. Eat it good today. If he is in a lot of money and stuff has gone well situation, Syndra do big boom boom damage with R button. Danian,
It's
how you
game
doing?
9. It's
Have you-
it's game 9.
It is indeed.
Game 9?
Is this like just an event? Yeah, man. Pro notch, 100%. LS said never bet on Syndra against Azir, so I put my wife on the sandbox. I think what? Keps, are you okay? Dots,
I'm worried.
we definitely
I'm worried
will.
for some of our chatters,
Hey,
man. Get
let's
ready!
rock out!
Get ready to do.
Hell yeah!
소환사의 협곡에
YouTube chat, we're still waiting. We're still waiting, YouTube chat.
Come on, YouTube chat. You can
Where's
do
it?
it. I believe in you.
Oh, Cyborg Ninja Cat of Space
There we
got timed out.
go.
생성까지
Oh, no.
30초 남았습니다.
Alexander, thank you. Love to see it. All right. Dudadunga.
Also valid.
Yeah.
Good as well.
Real
Hey.
psyched about it.
Twitch chat, come on, don't be mean.
Yeah.
We've talked about this. You are great, but you don't have to put YouTube chat down to feel better about yourself. You guys
Exactly.
have value regardless.
Yeah, you don't even need to
fall for
rise
the-
above anything.
No,
just
don't-
exist.
Don't fall
You're
for the
beautiful
trap
just
of
the way you are.
comparison. You don't need to.
Oh, I think now they've just taken it as a challenge, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So here we are onto the Rift for the final game of the day. Perhaps
Ooh, you know what I love?
a re-game.
Well, and a 50-minute pause and a chrono break. But no,
Hey.
I'm talking about double ignite. We are gaming in the top lane.
Ooh, that is
So-
a fair bit of gaming.
It is getting late, Atlas. How about late night ASMR with Atlas and Chronicler?
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to call in to talk about perhaps some of their dating woes? For,
Hey guys. Long
Hi.
time, first time.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
Yeah. So I'm playing too much League, and I don't think it's very good for me. So what do I do?
Well, the only real way to counteract too much League of Legends is by playing more League of Legends. In the act of playing more League of Legends, you'll get better at League of Legends, and then your League of Legends experience will improve slowly but surely.
Very insightful, Atlas. I think that Setup is showcasing it here as well. And Carla, remember that just every day, remember, if you were better, you would be climbing. So if you're not climbing,
And
it's
if
just because you suck. And you need to
no,
play more.
if you're not better, that means that your teammates suck and you've been getting unlucky.
No, that's the opposite.
It's never
It's
your
the
fault.
opposite of what
No.
I was saying, Atlas.
What you need to do is lock in Master Yi in whichever role you're needed in and hard carry the game because you know Master Yi is the best way to win
No matter what.
every single time.
No matter what.
Thank you so much for your call. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Anybody else? We can take calls from chat if you want to ask us anything.
It is late night challengers.
We can give you our opinion
Atlas and Chronicler.
Yeah.
We are here to help you.
out of any bind. My teammates are the reason I'm Iron 4. Reggae-san, you're probably right. And also, you probably have a super dope job that you have to do instead of spending all your time playing League of Legends. And that is also a potential reason.
Atlas, why aren't we getting a game 10? Well, the reason
Ooh,
is that
Anadolia, that's a good question.
I really like that question. So let's go in depth a little bit here. So if you take into account the infinity of the universe, even that eventually is going to come to an end. And just as that, as at one point, you know, our universe will stop expanding and everything will collapse into nothingness yet again. The sponge goes in.
Yeah, Goody. In a bit of trouble
Well,
here,
he's
but he
fine.
shifts some sands.
He just had to change his perspective. So, as I was saying,
As is the
Just as
time
that,
in the
and-
hourglass, those are the days of our lives. What is it?
and
What is the line?
at one point, all good things have to come to an end.
They don't actually.
So we can't have
It's a
10
common
games.
misconception.
We can't have 10 games.
With
Can't be
Anadolia,
done.
if you believe hard enough, we will have 10 games. That's just how it goes. Okay.
I have so. can
Eevees
we
has
share-
an interesting
can we share
thing
some stories?
though.
No, can we
just
share-
one sec,
yeah,
because this is
you go
chat.
first,
This
you
is
go
time
first.
sensitive. Okay.
Okay.
I went to bed and the stream was on, and now I'm up and the stream is still on.
Sorry. Okay. No giggles. No giggles. So, I want to take you back to. The last time that I felt like this while casting actually wasn't Worlds because I was still very jet lagged, but we had enough time between me arriving because this was to LA, right?
Yeah.
And it's 12-hour time difference, so I was just completely cooked. Not in a good way, not like let him cook, but more like who let him cook. For, I don't know, a fair amount of time. I think Setup might die here. I feel like we should have mentioned that. Triple man collapse coming through.
Yeah, Goody. Ooh, that was a cute little scat of the week as Sponge. Gonna come
Nice.
over and check in
So,
on what's going on.
but when I still worked in the Benelux, there were these LAN parties that I worked at. And for one of them, I started casting at 9 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And I was done with casting at 2 at night. And
Really?
after that, I lost my voice for 2 days. I've never been this scared. And then I had to go to a throat doctor who inserted a camera up my nose because that's
Weird
apparently
use
how
of
you,
inserted.
well, I mean, it is. That's how they check your throat. And my throat was fine, you know. I just needed time to heal, and everything was okay in the end. But that is the last time that I remember being on the verge of delirious when casting an event.
And how did that make you feel?
Well, at the time, mostly amused. In hindsight, still pretty much amused, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, Vincenzo going to come through, see
Steal?
whether he can get some sort of steal.
No steal.
He got ardently blazed. Don't like that. No one likes being ardently blazed. He's going to walk away. Diablo, extendo beams. Not going to find any joy. As DRX seem to be running the map at the moment. The Live Sandbox, they're late bloomers. They always have been in this series.
They just need the time.
Always, the entire time that they've been playing in this series today.
Did you know that Warren Buffett didn't start building his fortune until he was 60? Warren Buffett apparently didn't start building his money until he was 60.
Well, that's quite a ways through his life.
Yeah, well, that's my point. You know, you never know what you might achieve later in life.
Hey, that's
And you
true.
gotta just keep trying.
I do.
That's the beauty of it.
I'm going to achieve heaps of stuff.
You are
That's great.
literally one of the best casters in the world.
Well, no, I'm just saying what I'm going to do later.
Oh,
It's not
that's
about
fine.
now.
Yeah, no, okay. I just
yeah.
want to have it out there.
I'm going to become an
Because
artist,
the world's
and I'm going to
finest.
write professional certificates for people. And as you saw, I'm already really good at it.
Nice.
Yeah. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Apparently Warren Buffett had his first stock at 14, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
as Emperor's
then-
Divide comes in, game player button does nothing.
As it turns out, the internet lied to me. So, shocker on that one. Thanks, internet.
You know.
Well, I'm sorry for spreading these lies, and I learned again a valuable lesson. So maybe that's the real lesson.
Yeah.
It's not that you can achieve anything at any point in your life, because apparently you can't.
That means you have
You
to
don't have
start
your
at
life together.
14, and if you haven't figured it out by 14, just quit, you know? That's what they're saying. Plan B, going to try and help his Zeri get the work done, but that is a lot of bouncy castle, and that is not something that they can deal with right now. But they do have some heals, some shields, and some barriers, and that's going to keep them alive for the
They'll be
moment.
just fine. So the lesson actually is don't trust what you read on the internet, not you can achieve anything that you dream of.
Yeah, Bash Bob says the lesson is also you better have rich parents.
So, what happened there? A lot of burst coming through. Not enough burst, unfortunately, because I'm pretty sure that Plata is still sitting with a fair amount of gold in his pocket. And, yep, that's a pickaxe. Imagine if that was a Dirk. Maybe they would have gotten the kill, but doesn't want to delay his spike.
True.
And now, nothing much is happening. Again, what will we guys be treating ourselves to after today? Sleep. Sleep.
Yeah, maybe some whiskey or a beer. Might have just a little nightcap when I go home
No, I'm
to celebrate.
I'm going home and I'm going to sleep. Yeah.
Just a nightcap. Perhaps. But we'll see. I might also just, as soon as I walk in the door, pat my cat, you know, say hi to my girlfriend, and then go to sleep. But Satab could be in trouble. The cease and desist comes in, but they're not going to listen to him. Vincenzo going to have to make his way out of there. And we're just going to, yep. Nothing really happening.
This is another lesson. Everything in life is a lesson if you just try hard enough.
Yeah.
I don't know what the lesson is here because I'm not wise enough, but one day I hope to be able to, Atlas.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
it'll be wonderful.
when you figure it out, you let me know, brother. You let me know.
I would.
Patting
would let you
catting is
know.
always good plan. Absolutely. Would you bring the cat to the Challenger studio? Oh, I don't think they'd like that.
No, it's not. Come on, guys. We need to be professional here.
Yeah.
So in top lane, Gwen and Akali have been just kind of there, not really getting a whole lot done.
Existing?
Yes.
Wow. That's pretty impressive for top lane this season.
I want to do drunk. Well, this is so. As it turns out, when you only sleep a couple of hours in a night, actually, in terms of your cognitive performance, you're about at the same level as a couple of drinks. However, I read this on the internet, and per our previous lesson, I don't know to what extent that's actually true. But listening to you and me talk right now, I'm thinking that sounds pretty legit. That sounds accurate. That if you don't get enough sleep or you work for too long, that your brain turns into mush.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been far more cognitively functional a few drinks deep than I am right now.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with that. That has to be true. That can't just be internet fact.
No, I'm pretty sure this is actually true.
That must be real fact.
I
I
think so
like as
too.
well that we doubted you having the correct information because someone we don't know at all said so in Twitch chat that you were wrong.
Yeah, but
That in unto
don't
itself is
I don't have
dangerous, isn't it?
any knowledge on the Warren Buffett. I don't care about investors. Like, I don't have any actual knowledge on the matter. So in that case, yeah, I'll take the friendly Twitch chatter's advice.
Yeah,
They could be knowing what they're talking about.
Am I a Yumi fan, Mr. Atlas? No, I'm not. I think that the champion should never have been viable for pro play ever.
I personally am a little bit more ambivalent, but I'm a bit more of an ambivalent person in general, I think.
I don't think so. I think
No?
you have strong feelings. I think you have selectively strong feelings.
That's actually very accurate. Yeah.
There are things you choose to care a lot about. As Dahyuk cares a lot about killing Satab right now. Great scat of the week, though. It's going to come in. He's still dead, but was pretty cool
Nice.
that he
Well
didn't
done.
sort of instantly die.
Good job, Dayak.
Heck yeah.
Really appreciate that. What are the... Okay, that's an extra question. Finally, thank you, Pames. Pames?
Pames?
Yeah, Pames. I know we're fine. So, top three challenger teams are T1, D+, and probably Hanwha Life, but the third one is not as clear. Third one is still kind of wishy-washy.
Based on the performance at the moment, I think Hanwha Life is definitely a good bet.
Would be my bet, yeah. So, in terms of players, it's probably the top side of D+, which is Thanatos, Poolbay, and Lucid. If you want to include additional individual players, Lure has actually been really good.
Yeah,
on
really
Hanwha
good.
Life, kind of surprisingly. He's played last year as well, was pretty whatever. Alternatively, Smash, very exciting player. I think that he has actually been doing really well. Bao, to me, on Hanwha last year was very lackluster, but also seems a lot better. And as it, I guess you play in a, the same organization as Carrier, and even just being in his vicinity, I assume makes you a better support.
Osmosis,
which
yeah,
would
something
make a
like
lot
that.
of sense.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that Plan B also has one of the best names. Sponge also, probably second best or first best name. So we do have the best names in this particular game here.
I do think, in general, the names and challengers are some of the best in the world, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah. Chat, what would you say the coolest Monster Hunter monster is?
Good question. Yeah, I don't know. What's your favorite?
Probably Astalos.
포탑 방패가
I really like
곧
Astalos. I think
소멸.
it's really cool. Has a lot of really unique animations too.
I really like Mizutsune.
Mizutsune is also pretty cool.
That's because I'm a big
Kezu
weeb.
100%, a Danion. You just comes in and has the base takes.
Kazu?
Kezu is the scariest one.
Yeah, Kazu freaks me out.
Yeah, Jilpo, you're talking about Kezu as well.
Valstrax? That's great. Oh, good shout. I actually really like
Valstrax is cool.
I actually loved Malzeno from
Yeah,
from
Malzeno
Sunbreak.
is pretty cool. I have the amiibo.
Nice.
Anyway, I don't know why I decided to ask that question, but some things just
Diet?
come into our brains. As
be
Dahyuk
fine.
is, just going to hit clear with a
Yeah.
shuriken, and otherwise just going to back away. Sponge can't work out which one of these jungle camps he wants to take.
Are you guys not tired? I really appreciate the question, and I would, to answer that question, I
Not
would
at all.
implore you to
Not
just
even a
keep
little bit.
listening to the cast, and then you will very quickly have your answer.
Coffee,
We don't
tea, or
need to
energy
give you the
drinks,
answer.
coffee.
It's right in front of you. It's right there. Don't you worry. So, quick stake taking. 2 rigs have been taken for DRX, which is great, because they skill very well. On the other end, though, I think the comp of Sandbook kind of plays itself. Also has a winning sideline in the Kali. I'd argue both Claire and Satap actually played well. That's not great, though.
Yeah, we're going to try and turn it into an engage. Vincenzo taking a heck of a lot of damage, trying to flash his way out. That Cyclone just gorgeous, though. So the follow-up from Sponge is too good. Emperor's Divide a bit late as... Oh, Dahyuk. Fair bit of damage there, but that's going to get him killed. Goody now going to suffer the wrath of a full culling, but no. Shifts some sands, gets his way out. And man, that was almost so cool from Dahyuk, but in the end, didn't really matter. Stuff happened, Chronicle.
LEC and LCK should take note. These are actual... I think the LCK should take note.
Yeah.
I agree.
I actually
Those
hope the LCK is not
casters
listening at all.
really should be paying attention. As
Favorite Mega Man game? Ooh. Whoa, we get the dope music? What? This is cool.
oh my god, I love it. Not long enough, I think, for do as. Yeah, unfortunately, what happened there is with the engage basically being hard forced by DRX, they're lucky that they don't give up more people, right? Or Sandbox does, rather. I do think that the only thing you can do there is like try to attempt the turn, but unlike Sponge in the previous game, didn't actually end up working out at all. And if DRX can just casually stack Drakes, I do think it really changes, for example, the top lane 1v1 if you do have the Mountain Shield. So we'll see whether or not that is going to happen.
Yeah. I think I probably liked Mega Man X the most, but I wasn't a huge Mega Man guy, just in general. A lot of my my platforming was like Mario and
could you
Donkey
guys
Kong.
hear the music?
Could you guys not hear the music, or is it just us?
Are we going crazy? Are we actually going crazy now?
Is Sponge going crazy? He's going to find a three-man knockup
Crazy
kind of
good.
by himself. There we go. Pleta going to get another one. Locks down the bottom lane. Goodbye, Vincenzo, as the Culling's going to fly in. Now Diok going to go for this. It's not really going to work out as he dashes over the top. It's a double kill for Clear. And I think the DRX may have just put themselves into a position where it's possible that they could win this game. Perhaps.
Great take, Atlas!
Oh! I knew it.
Yeah!
I knew I had an idea about what could be the potential outcome of this game.
And you were correct. As we go into the replay, it's Sponge diff. One of these teams is playing clean, and guess what? It's because of the Sponge.
Yeah.
Finds the engage.
He's absorbed them.
Beautifully done.
All of their talent. He's like in Space Jam,
They're
man.
not ready.
He's taken all of
They're
their
not ready for the
talent.
Sponge.
Oh,
They got sponged, bro.
they got so sponged.
They got sponged.
Mega sponged.
I know. I'm voting for P.
They're not Charles Barkley anymore. They're just a wannabe who looks like him.
Charles, what?
Be gone, wannabe.
What are you talking
When was the last
about?
time you watched Space Jam?
I never watched Space Jam.
That's what I remember about the pro players that had their talent taken away, okay?
Yeah, you talking about Space Jam 1 or 2?
What?
That's been a Space Jam that was
No.
released recently.
Yeah, but no. No.
Chad, I will also ask you not to be too funny because I don't want to start laughing. Ooh, good flank.
Quick question, did they get
Diok.
sponged? Did they get sponged? Is the
Diok.
question. Is Diok is going to get spotted on a ward, scatter the weak,
he's
and
dead.
he's super dead. Oh, now Vincenzo looks even more silly, but Pleta is taking a fair bit of damage. The spacing not quite working out, but when in doubt, press R, and he's going to dash forward. Finally
Sponge.
picks up the kill, and in the meantime, they're winning the fight on the other front as well. It's a double kill for Satab. And now DRX will take themselves a dragon for some reason and look to try and knock down some turrets.
Nicely done there by DRX. Actually looking like the team that they were in game number 1 and then for some reason didn't decide to be in game number 2.
Yeah, but that's kind of been the theme this evening.
Yeah, that's kind of the challenger
it's been
special.
how it's been done.
Um,
Yeah, I think they might have got sponged. Yeah, I think Old Stoney knows. I think in the end, actually, all of DRX's opponents get sponged. And by the end of the
might
season,
happen.
he will have just sponged everyone, and DRX will win, right?
We couldn't possibly know.
Yeah. I like the sponge movie.
Don't do it. I'm gonna laugh too much. Don't do it. As Vincenzo tries to follow up, save his lane, but the fight is too split.
Spongiest. Oh, I'm actually crying a little bit. Spongiest
Crying
really
a
got me.
lot.
Oh, how did just a copy-pasted Morbius meme get me that bad? Wow, that was brutal.
So, free dragons for DRX. They're
I'm ready to
currently
get-
up 8k
get someone
gold.
to fix my makeup.
They're in a really good position in this game. They should be able to do it properly.
All right, Clear is in a little bit of trouble here as he's dead. That's how much trouble he is in. But the rest of his team is capitalizing pretty beautifely
Yeah,
as
they're
they
getting
head
Baron.
towards this Baron. Goody's going to get the bad news. Plan B.
Vincenzo's in here, so they should be able to just secure the Sponge is there. Clean play.
Goody? If he steals this, it would be so funny. But it's not that funny because he doesn't. But would have been like pretty big funny though if he did that. You take it away.
Well, he didn't. Clinton is done, obviously, with Smite. Should never lose an objective like that. Unless there is a specific ability available. We've seen Lux Lasers, various WQs be able to steal it, but don't think that is going to be the case here. So, overall, game state right now for DRX is incredible. For Sandbox, they are going to be really reliant on Pileta, I'd say mispositioning. Setap is fairly tough to take down if he spaces well, and he has a lot of effective range. But for Pleta, actually needs to get up a little bit closer, wants to really try and output maximum amounts of damage. So could be an opportunity if they can find a big shuffle. But with all the flashes and summoners available, I don't know to what extent Goody actually has an angle. So overall for Sandbox, you're hoping that DRX lose their minds. Not unlike
us.
Atlas and I.
Yeah. Kevin Kim did actually have a very, very cool little tidbit of information. And that is that Vincenzo is an Italian-Korean mafia lawyer from a K-drama. And he's playing Vi. So
he's named after that.
Yeah, he's named after the Italian-Korean mafia lawyer from a K-drama.
Cool.
Thanks,
Better
Kevin
than
Kim.
MapleStory.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the K-drama, nor have I played MapleStory. Have you played MapleStory?
Yeah, I have when I was young.
Did you like it?
It was great.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually listened to some of the soundtrack recently.
Oh.
Man, totally hit me.
Goes hard?
When yeah, goes hard.
Mm-hmm.
I played it when I was like 12, 13, so fairly young, and yeah, don't know why I remember it so vividly, but played that intro music and I was like, oh, man, I listened to a lot of this.
Well, DRX now looking to try and close in. As they have collected themselves a Baron buff. They've got it for another minute. But haven't really, I mean, as far as Baron power plays go, it's the equivalent of taking a turret. You know, it's not great, really. Not quite. I mean, it's a bit more than taking a turret. But we like to exaggerate here on the commentary desk. As Inner Turret is going to go down, that's going to extend that lead.
Commentary desk?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with at this point in time.
Caster desk.
Commentary desk. Do we commentate?
You have casted for what, like 9 years?
Yeah, but I also have commentated for 9 years.
I have never, ever heard you use the word commentate.
Well, that's what I do. I generally cast when I'm fishing.
Hope you're happy about that.
Yeah.
Hope you're happy about that, Atlas.
That was the payoff.
That's the one that
what I
gets
worked
me.
towards
I'm
the whole
walking
time.
up.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. No, I'm not. I can't leave, guys. I'm joking. I can't even commit to the bid anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't great. Anyway, we're
Why are you gonna throw me under the bus
no,
like
it
that?
wasn't you. No, I'm saying, like, I don't think you were responsible for any of the wasn't great that happened. I can take responsibility for that one. Yeah. 8,000 gold is the lead here as DRX taking control of the entirety of this game. Just looking to finish it off, tie some bows on it, you know, get some of the wrapping paper out, maybe put some potpourri in the bag, as Rowan Atkinson did in Love Actually, and wasted a lot of Alan Rickman's time.
Such a heartbreaking scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Although, you know, kind of beautifully done. Especially
exceptionally acted from Thompson.
From all involved.
Very sad.
It was. And the fact that it's Joni Mitchell as well. Whoa, that hits hard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's a toughie.
It is. It really is. You bet Atlas will fall asleep in the taxi on his way home? No, unfortunately I won't, because I don't sleep in anything that's moving. I need to be fully horizontal to fall asleep.
Really?
Yeah.
You never sleep in cars?
Nope. Nor aeroplanes.
That's a rough one.
Yeah. You remember when that World Championship happened and I flew in the day before?
Oh, I remember what happened.
Yeah.
So, guys, you got to imagine, Atlas comes in, all right, and we're already excited. We're in New York. It's time for Worlds. So that should be fine. And I at this point, I'd already been in what is it? LA for a week for play-ins. So I'm already fairly adjusted. Obviously, it's still time difference, but it's like 3-4 hours. It's not too bad, right? Takes a little bit of getting used to, but maybe it's even less. Maybe it's like 2 hours. Not sure. But a couple of hours. So Atlas comes in. You know, I of course happily come and meet him at the hotel. Or meet him downstairs. And he's like, you know what? I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling great. I don't feel jet lagged at all. I'm like, good for you. And then the next day, like halfway through the day, he comes up to me. I think we went to get coffee, and was like, I have to tell you something, Mal. And I'm like, oh, what's up, man? I think I'm pretty jet lagged. And I'm like, oh, I won't tell anyone. Don't you worry.
I think I may have sent you that message at like 4 a.m. when I woke up.
Yeah,
It was
no, and
not
then
great.
also when we were standing outside at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
That was nice. Chances Sandbox will win this. I will bet my hair on it. Sandbox
It's a
is not winning
50-50.
this. I will dye my hair pink.
Because at this moment,
I'll
Liv
dye my hair
Sandbox...
pink if they win this.
Okay. If
not
Liv
happening.
Sandbox right now have a 50% chance of winning, because they will either win or they will lose, okay?
Yeah.
Simple math. I expected you to understand. Sundisk will be placed in the mid lane as Liv Sandbox look to play the defense. Pleta diving forward onto Goody, and he's struggling to get too much happening here on the Azir. 50% health, going to look for a bit of a reset as Vincenzo goes out. Oh my goodness, that is a fair bit of damage on the plan B.
Yeah, actually approaching now is so incredibly tough, and the only engage that Sandbox have is Vincenzo, and I'm pretty sure he dies mid-ultimate. And unless they have a flank setup, you're not really going to be able to actually kill anyone that gets vi-ulted, because the only one who could follow is Guti, but if Guti goes in, he dies, so you can't really do that. Even if you do trade for Plata, like Setap and Clear will clear the rest of your team. Sponge!
Okay, sponged.
Get sponged, plan B.
I think that was the part of the movie where he sponged and started
It was
sponging.
funny the first time.
Yeah, I think that was the bit. That
was
was
the
the bit he
moment.
was talking about. Anyway, Diablo is going to get scattered and game played. Ooh, Dark Sphere also to do a fair bit of damage there. As Setap probably not a target Sahel
Just
wants
don't
to
let
be
Vincenzo in
heading
the
towards.
pit. Don't let him in the pit.
Well,
Just don't let him get in the pit. You know where he is? He's right there. Yeah, just
Yeah.
kill him.
Clear is going to dive on over as Pleta is almost going to die. That was a little bit dangerous there, but it's fine. Vincenzo's dead. Clear throws some needles at him. And now Goody's going to get culled. Oh, the scat of the week's fantastic. I think Setap
Beautifully done.
playing really nicely.
Incredibly well done. Nicely done, DRX.
Really like it.
Well played. Really clean.
Excellent play. Beautiful
Super
stuff.
well done.
Oh,
Exceptional.
so nice.
Teleport coming in the mid.
DRX, I think they might get a 2-0 in this one game.
Yeah, that'll be wonderful.
Yeah.
Baron. 4 Drakes. Mountain
Cool.
Soul.
Yeah.
He's busy.
That's fantastic. You know we have moved to tennis rules where you have to win by two games, right?
Yeah. We have one more game after
Yeah,
this.
So there has to, well, I mean, potentially one game. But
Well,
we
we
could
can keep going.
we could just keep playing. But we do need someone to win. 2
Truly
games in
the
a row.
epitome of get sponged.
Yeah. No, really. Like, about as sponged as you can possibly be.
Is that our new thing? We're just gonna say get sponged.
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens next time. Keep everyone on their toes.
On Spongy Ball C.
Yeah.
Didn't love that.
Oh, all right.
Pleta?
Oh, Pleta.
That's
Oh,
fine.
the idea
He's
of
okay.
a 80 carry face checking a Vi and the Vi running away really tells you the game state, doesn't it?
It's a beautiful allegory for this
Yeah.
game.
Beautiful for DRX fans, not so good if you're a Liv Sandbox fan.
Yeah, they really went from looking very competitive in game 1 to then kind of doing a really good job in game 2 to getting thoroughly sponged.
Oh, Goody. Bye-bye.
More
Man,
sponging.
Sponge.
We're voting sponge, right?
This is a serrated sponge. It's a very scary sponge.
Well, I don't think my hair's going pink, Atlas.
I don't think so
Is
either.
this the salvation? Is it finally happening?
Perhaps. Dahir. He's dashing forward, doesn't find the backflip. Nexus turret is going to fall down. Vincenzo diving forward. Everyone's going golden where they can. Sponge, he's taken down low, but no one can kill the Sponge. And he's going to get to work on the Nexus. And 50 gold, the perfect 50 gold, the correct 50 gold is going to be picked up by Clear. DRX will be the winners of this final game of the day. Huge grats to the boys.
And all of you are staying with us till the end. No turning it off. because you know the
Who did I
game's
vote
gone.
for?
Sponge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, got your
Nice.
back, homie.
Nice.
So, no one's leaving until we say goodbye, because you've all been here with us either since the start, or maybe you tune in. You're like, what is happening? What are these guys doing? We're about to hit 10-hour mark, and I think we're gonna get there.
Yep.
12 more minutes.
I think we
can
might
do it.
that. Sound off in the chat if you've been here. If you've been here since the
Oh,
first series.
everyone, tell us which game you got here.
Yeah.
Which game did you get here?
NZ Veda, 3 a.m. Oh, good night. Have a good sleep.
So, overall, this game truly.
Kevin Kim definitely put in the time. We can
Just
confirm
now.
that.
Oof. Yeah. Was it last week? Nice. Love the dedication.
Damn. I think Old Stoney's been here for a while too.
I appreciate all of you. Wonderful that we're getting this much love for challengers, and I don't want to say apologies for our current state, because, you know, we're not really...
The more you apologize, the more people get to feel like we should apologize. And I don't think we should. I think we've done a great job today. I think it's been excellent commentary to the highest level of professionalism. And
So
I don't think anyone can tell us otherwise.
By the way, can't say the word professionalism. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
That's how you know. And
It's definitely a lot of fun.
Yundo right there with us.
GG,
What?
Yundo.
Yeah, everyone give some
You did
claps.
a fantastic job.
Give some claps for Yundo. I got a game
Zach's
on,
great,
watched
yeah.
the series, went to bed, woke up.
Oh, no.
I wish I can relate. I wish I could relate. I do over-apologize. Actually, fun story. My family's nickname for me was Sorry, because I just apologized for completely unrelated stuff.
It is
all
annoying.
the time during my holiday.
Yeah.
Did you just call me annoying?
No, it's
Well,
saying
I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to be annoying.
Walked right into that.
You
wow. I
You
got
taught me well.
I feel
Are you
like-
proud of me?
I feel like I was just sponged
You got sponged,
really
bro.
hard.
No, I'm Dutch. I'm not Canadian. Don't you worry.
Not yet.
As
I don't know how
How
you
would I-
become Canadian. I don't know how that's in your future at all.
well, I mean, it could
Although,
be.
if it is
Technically,
your
if I
dream-
if I live in Canada for long enough, eventually it would happen.
I
How do you
think
say
that-
sponge in Dutch? Spons.
Sponge.
Spons.
Spons.
Hey!
There he
He
is.
did it.
2-0 on 10.
Proud of you,
369
Sponge.
DPM on Wukong. Coincidence?
I think not.
Haha. Absolutely extraordinary.
Sponge got it done.
Yeah, he did. He sponged it up.
He really did. He got him, man.
That was big good. He did big good playing on the Wukong.
Oh my God, his DPM is 369.
That's what I
I
said.
didn't hear that.
And you said the coincidence line.
Well,
You
I
didn't
don't
even know why
know.
you were saying it?
No, I thought you were talking just about him being Sponge.
No, what?
I don't know. I don't know. Stuff's not registering anymore, man.
I do
Gonna go
like
to
that
sleep
you're
now.
happy to go down
No.
even a rabbit hole that
Chat.
you don't understand.
Always with you. I still have we have 8.5 minutes left. I know we're getting an interview. So you are going to actually, you're going to be able to look at us. And I want you to tell, as we go to the interview, we don't speak Korean, unfortunately. So I don't know how long this is going to last, but what was your favorite moment of the day? Share it with us, please. Was it the my first breakdown when Atlas and I both broke down? Was it the sponge memes? Was it the accent work of varying levels? The gray hair conversation, that was good.
I'm live.
Yeah, you're here? Still here?
I got it.
Rainforest jungle. Oh, yeah, the jungle.
Ooh, the rainforest
that
bit
was
was
that
good.
was what,
That was a good bit.
yesterday? 2 days ago?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not quite sure. It's been one big day for the last 7 of them.
Yeah.
It was you praising Atlas as he was making a certificate. Cinnamon,
was
that's a
nice.
very wholesome one. I like that.
I like that one as well.
Yeah, the old man hair part. People liked that bit. That one's pretty good. That one time Atlas didn't realize why he said coincidence. I did realize that. That was Chronicler that didn't realize it, and you didn't realize that Chronicler didn't realize.
No, I just
This
like
is-
saying I think not. It's funny. It's
The
a good
spiral
joke.
into desperation where everything started to become funny. Yeah, that was a pretty good
When
part
does
as
lore
well,
start?
Miko.
We don't know. Going to Pool Bay pulling Bay. But that one
Yeah,
was
that
nice.
was a
was
pretty good
good.
opener. That was a pretty
But
good
you
opener for the day. We didn't
think
quite.
that, no,
we
that
didn't
was
top
a
bit.
chatter. that came up with that.
Yeah, but it was a pretty good opener for, for the broadcast.
Yeah, it really went. It kind of went downhill.
It started off with pretty good, comedy, and then ended with Morbius memes.
You asking us to be nice in chat. I really appreciate. Chat, I actually think we're doing really well. I want you to realize that there's about 2,000 people. I know how many are watching YouTube, but a bunch as well that are all being nice to each other. So, yeah, there you go. Thumbs up to all of you for being wholesome. It's really nice. Our goal is to keep it wholesome for the rest of the year. When are other people coming to the LCK?
And if you keep it wholesome, you might get a big-time wholesome certificate given by Atlas on a different date that's not going to quite be this date.
Yeah.
You can have that.
Hey, you know what's even cooler?
I'll send it to you.
You know what's happening tomorrow?
What's happening? A day off?
Well, we do, but Wolf and Valdez will still be here.
Oh, I ain't watching. It's not a chance.
I probably will have it on.
No, not even a little bit.
I'll be in chat.
Actually, yeah, I'll be there.
For a bit. I won't actually.
Yeah, and Wolf was here. Wolf watched a bit.
I'm not nice. I go to Dollar Store, Silly, and Murphy. Who of the two of us is Dollar Store, Silly, and Murphy?
It's got to be you. It's got to be you, yeah. Oh,
Silly and Murphy.
wait, maybe it's my shitty haircut that they're talking about.
Oh, from Peaky Blinders?
Yeah. Maybe it's me.
I don't know. Well, you know what? Cheddar,
or maybe it's you. No, I think it's you.
Cheddar,
Yeah, it's you.
You being upfront about that and apologizing, that's growth. So hats off to you for that.
Do you say it's gross or growth?
Growth.
Oh, that's better. That's
growth.
nice.
You know, realizing your mistakes. We're all human.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yep. Did we talk about Genshin Impact at all today? No.
Well, I don't really know that much about.
Yeah.
Cheddar did not apologize. Oh, well, that's on me then.
What?
Well, apparently they didn't apologize. I just read it as an apology.
Yeah, you should have apologized. Lol, Atlas is so tired the Australian is coming out. Yeah,
we're getting close. Yeah, we actually so we started off the day.
I could have slipped more.
We started off the day
worse
here.
Than that.
Right, we started the day here, and then as the incendiary, I think it's just me moving closer to you.
I have not moved at all.
Yeah.
I'm incapable of moving. I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to get up. I might actually be grafted to this chair now.
Just fall asleep here.
I may exist here from now on.
Could be.
Is this the moment they do the Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship like all the other streamers? Heck yeah, it is. Let's cut to our sponsor.
No.
I've always wanted to do one.
And then
do you think I could convince them to sponsor me?
And then it's sponges. Our sponsor is Sponge.
Yeah, maybe.
I could do a Sponge sponsorship. I feel like that'd be funny. Soup and Sponge sponsorship for the Challenger stream.
Boysest Yankees, Mr. Atlas is a proper Aussie. Do you watch the AFL? I did, and then I didn't anymore. Because I went to Korea and it was harder to watch it.
Yeah, very insightful, Atlas.
Yep.
Great work.
So DLC Elden Ring boss, Atlas the Grafted. It's not a bad one. All you have to do is exist and they'll sponsor you. True though. Who's your favorite content creator to ever do one of their sponsorships though? Because people have so many people have done them. Like some people are really funny when they do them.
They're not great.
I've always kind of liked I Win to Lose Gaming who does it because he does it all like semi-seriously, but you know that he's joking.
It's like multiple levels of irony.
Yeah, kind of. He doesn't go that deep though, so it's always pretty wholesome.
So Atlas,
yeah,
we're 3 minutes and 15 seconds away from having been live for 10 hours.
Whoa,
that's the longest we've ever been live together, I think. Oh my God, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it.
Wait, can we hold the stream on? We can hold the stream on for another 3 minutes.
Yeah, stream will be alive. But we're going to go to sleep. So,
the outcome of today existed.
9 games! Woo! We did it!
Yay!
It was amazing. Good job, everyone.
Nice work, team.
Yay! We all did it. We made it. Oh, it's 2.5 more minutes. I kind of want to get there. We have to, right? Everyone has to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
And also, I mean, the stream is going to be on. We just might not be talking until.
Yeah, but you guys have to stay. We don't have to. So tomorrow we got Hanwha. I don't know if they play each other, but I know Hanwha and KT are playing. Also, you bro leavers out there.
Oh,
you know, maybe some bro leavers hype in chat.
Does bro win a game ever at all in Challenger this year?
Maybe,
right now they're 9th because they haven't lost as much as Gen.G yet.
Just yet.
Isn't that's pretty cool for them?
But they might.
Yeah.
eventually.
Oh, and if Bro manages to win even a map, right, against their next opponent.
Oh, but it's Nongshim. Nongshim
Yeah,
have been pretty
but
good.
if they go 3 games against Nongshim,
Ooh.
then they'll tie in last place with Gen.G Global
Yeah,
Academy.
and then, hey, Hanwha versus KT.
That's a banger.
That's a good match.
That's a banger
Hanwha have
in the
actually been
LCK
great.
and in Challenger.
Well, I don't know if it's a banger in the LCK anymore, but it's
I mean, it
definitely
was a
banger.
banger in the LCK. We saw it like just a few days ago.
It was a 2-0. KT stomped
Mauled
them.
them. I know. It was so good. They
mean, I
played
guess
great.
so.
Do you remember when League of Legends was 2-0s? Wasn't that a time?
I can't relate.
That was a cool time, man. I love that
You guys
series.
casting tomorrow? No, we have our 1 day off.
Yeah, I'm actually going to request that Valdez could get a bit sick tomorrow because I really want to go for the 13 days. I think 13
streak?
days. After I've
The
done 13
unheard of-
days, I think I'll transcend. I think I will become the best commentator to ever exist after 13 days of straight commentary.
That's what does it.
Yeah, I think that's what does it. I think that's what you have to do. And so I need to put in a request to say, can I please?
Well, I don't know.
tomorrow?
I don't know if tomorrow really will help you because it's only 2 best of 3s. That's only 6 possible games.
That's true. I think
not
we're
9.
supposed to throw now, by the way, but we're not going to because we have
40 seconds.
Oh
Are we
my
gonna
goodness.
count down together, Twitch chat
All right,
and
yep.
YouTube chat? Are we gonna do
Let's
it?
do it. We've got 30 seconds coming up.
Thank you so much all for joining. Thank you all so
19.
much for joining us here today.
29,
We had a wonderful time.
Yep.
We hope you all enjoyed it.
We'll count it down from 10. We'll count it
Yeah,
down
yeah,
from 10.
of course. We're not going to count down yet.
I don't want to count
Everyone,
down too much.
you were here, and it was a day, and it will be a memorable day of League of Legends.
Tomorrow?
Well, no, today was.
Yeah. No, I'll
We got
remember
10
it.
seconds.
10, 9,
9,
8, 7,
7,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
See you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for more Challenger 10 hours. Woo! Bye-bye.
포탑이 파괴되었습니다.
평화가 함께하시.